Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I am with you probably for a couple hours. I think I'm going to get y'all 2 hours today because I do have some other stuff. I was actually not supposed to be here today. I had an appointment that I was supposed to be at, but they canceled, which was fine. I got to record a commercial, and I'm trying to, I'm not a videographer. Well, I guess I am because I do video stuff, but I'm not a professional, skilled videographer. But you do what you got to do. But anyway, they canceled, so I'm here. Good afternoon. I hope everybody's doing good. Excuse me, I'm doing good. Let's get to it. Let's say hello to the people. And I got a couple things that I want to discuss. Jerica Van, good afternoon. First, right out the gate. Pat Rogers in the house representing East Westwood. Good afternoon, Pat. Got Erica Hummins. I'm sorry, I got glasses. Erica Hummins representing Reading. Good afternoon. That's 1, 2, 3. DeAndre Crosby in the house. Good afternoon, DeAndre Crosby. Good afternoon. And Sierra Brooks in the house. Good afternoon. Yeah, I was listening. Y'all know I like Wyatt Show, so I listen when I get an opportunity. Terry Anderson in the house. Representing downtown. Good afternoon, Terry Anderson. Let's see, Mary Birch Lavender in the house representing White Oak. Good afternoon, Mary. Good afternoon. Fame in the house. Fame says Etsu is here. Saw the end of a fatal crash on Ronald Reagan. Oh, that's terrible. I hate to hear that. But I hope you're doing good, and thank you for checking us out. James Binta, representing Vancouver. He says he's back. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for checking out the show. I appreciate you. Dwayne Larkin in the house representing Mount Airy. Good afternoon. Terry Coleman in the house representing E-Town. Good afternoon. Fame says he represents northwest side of town. Green Township, Beavis, White Oak Extended. You represent wherever you are. So, are you on Cross County? Cross County. I don't call it Ronald Reagan. Are you on Cross County? If you are, that's where you represent. Ronald Dixon. What's up, Ronald Dixon? Thank you for checking out the show. Hope you're having a great afternoon. Candy D, representing Coleraine Township. Good afternoon, Candy. Hope you're having a great afternoon. Pamela Kinney in the house. Good afternoon, Pamela. Representing North Avondale. Got Lewis Talbert. Hold on, let me make sure I put this on silent. Lewis Talbert says good afternoon. Good afternoon, Lewis Talbert. Sierra says, I hope you follow all of the very logical conflict resolution tactics Twin laid out. Alethea in the house with all the questions, but don't want to accept the answers. Alethea, good afternoon. Fame says the crash was an hour ago. Okay, but I'm sure that stays with you. You know what I'm saying? You see a fatal crash, like somebody died in that. Something about death just does something to us, or to us, those of us with a heart. Sierra says, as long as you have a good lens, good lighting, and stabilization, you'll be all right with the commercial. Well, I'm pretty sure this is just going to be one of those standing there, doing a read, multiple angles, and, he might turn and talk to this camera for a minute and then turn back and talk to that. So, everything will be on sticks and it'll be, fairly straightforward. It's just I don't do a lot of, I do a good piece of video editing, but I don't do a whole lot of, setting up, lighting and all of that kind of stuff. But I've done it before and it's turned out well, but I'm nervous every time because, I don't want to say plan, but you plan with people's livelihood, and you want to get it right. So, yeah. But I appreciate it. David Martin says, good afternoon, representing Hebron. Good afternoon, David. Good afternoon. CK says he's always believed. Good afternoon, CK. Thank you for checking us out. Robinson Westbrook in the house. He says, hey, people. What's up? Robinson Westbrook. Let me see. Dina Johnson in the house. The angel has appeared and is among us. And when the angel appears before you, I am sore afraid. But I appreciate you being here. Alethea says, I was on your side with some fault. No, there is no fault. Dina says, good afternoon. She's representing Walnut Hills. Veronica Burdine in the house representing College Hill. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. And Andrea Bustle representing Gulf Manor. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I am not getting into it unless like somebody calls up with a specific question, because I don't mind answering specific questions. You know, when you know you're right. When you know you're right, which is the same reason why Trump should release the Epstein files. When you know you're right, ask me all the questions you want. I'll answer all of them. Honestly and truthfully, you don't worry about it. When you know you're right, you don't worry about it. That's why I don't be worried about it. What else? What was I about to say? Shoot, I was about to say something and then threw my own self off. I don't know, let me read that last one. A few more hellos. And then maybe I'll think of what I wanted to talk about. I just thought about what I want to talk about. Let me do these hellos. Hello, everyone. I'm here from Toledo. Am I first? No. T. Mikey G. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Representing Covington. He's checking in from the job. Got Lamont Jones in the house. Says, peace and blessings, powerful royal people. Peace and blessings to you as well. Regina Denson Griffin. Good afternoon. She's representing I-71. All right. Good afternoon. Got Miss Pittsburgh in the house. Pittsburgh in the house. All right. She says Steeler Nation. I'm not watching none of that stuff anyway, so it don't matter. But thank you for checking in. I appreciate you. Staban Speed representing Westwood. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Drea in the house. Good afternoon, representing Sycamore Township. Farmer on the menu. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to discuss, Kevin Farmer. And I got a few people to blame. Nat Turner in the house. Good afternoon. Appreciate you. Maria Smith representing North College Hill. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Linda Evans in here representing Pleasant Ridge. All right. Pleasant Ridge is in the chat. David Herring checking in from parts unknown. So you out there with, no, he was from Death Valley. Oh, shoot. Who was the dude from parts unknown? Green face, had his head shaved real funny, used to grab his hair back here, and he was from parts unknown. That's a wrestling question. If you don't know wrestling, don't worry about it. But all right, you out there with him. I can see his face so clearly, but I can't remember the name he went by. But all right, thank you for checking out the show. Tanika in the house representing beautiful Orlando, Florida. Good afternoon. Rachel Russo. Good afternoon, Rachel Russo. I appreciate you, Rachel. Brenda Early representing Fairfield. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I appreciate you. Got the trader herself, Shahira Shine. Good afternoon, representing Bond Hill. Good afternoon. Alonzo Clark. I just want to know who's voting for Farmer. Yes. Twin in the house. Twin in the house. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes, the missing link. That was his name. The missing link. Yeah, from parts unknown. You can't beat that. Oh, no, it's more than just Brent, the wrestling question. Steban knew. Steban knew. DeVale Wilson. Hey, what's going on? He said we need you back on the buzz. I don't think that's gonna happen. but I appreciate it. I appreciate the sentiment, man. Oh, how's the family and how the baby doing? How the baby doing? And the wifey. Did y'all get married? I'm sorry, and I wasn't even trying to be funny. I don't remember if y'all actually got married or not. But as far as I'm concerned, she's still the wifey unless you say that ain't my wifey. But I hope baby and wifey is doing good, and I hope y'all still happy and everybody's healthy. And it is good to see you. It is good to see you on here. My OSHA checking in. Excuse me, from the bunker. Throwing your bootleg work computer out the window. Latanya Chichester, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let me see, is that it? Is that it? Jason Dockery says good afternoon from Lawrenceburg. Lawrenceburg. All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Fame says there's been plenty of wrestlers that were billed as being from parts unknown. Yeah, but he was the one that I was thinking about. He's the one that I was thinking about. All right. And KJM for life. All right. Good day. Good day to you. Good day to you. All right. Now let me start blaming people. Ron D. Twin Jen, or whatever. DeVale say the baby is good and we no longer together. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. We are great co-parents, though, but you got a new girlfriend. Well, I guess I'm happy to hear that. I'm sorry that y'all not together no more. It don't matter. I like both of y'all, and, y'all great co-parents. That matters a lot, so I wish happiness for everybody. Twin and Ron D. I kind of blame y'all for Kevin Farmer getting arrested again. If you hadn't heard, who hadn't heard this? If you hadn't heard, Kevin Farmer got arrested. Apparently, he went and broke into Rosemary. I don't remember her last name. Rosemary Babies. Her last name ain't Babies, but I don't remember her last name. It kind of don't matter. I'm not voting for her. But broke into her house, broke a window or something and, broke in. I guess he wanted to get them signs. But the reason I'm blaming partially Twin and Ron D is because wasn't these two of the brothers that was when he was locked up talking about, I want to go see him. I think Ron said he went to see him. He went to visit him. He wasn't locked up. He was in a facility, hopefully to get some mental help. But, man, see, that say to me, I'm going to tell you what say it, but that say to me that y'all was clout chasing. Ain't that what the young people call it now? Y'all was clout chasing. You didn't know him at all. You didn't know him at all. But you went to visit him when, everybody was talking about it. Or you wanted to go visit him, talking about going to visit him when everybody was talking about it. But when he got out, where was y'all to visiting? Because everybody know, you in the hospital, all of that kind of stuff. You there, you getting the help, hopefully, that you need. But once you get out, that's when people really need help. That's when people need people to reach out to them. That's when people need friends and a support system. Where was his friends? Where was his support system? Where was the clout chasers? I'm sure there were more than two, but I only remember two of them on this show. Where were the clout chasers when it wasn't no more clout to chase? When he was just a normal guy out having to deal with the world. Where were y'all then? Now, I know where y'all were. Y'all were minding y'all own business because there wasn't nothing in it for you. It wasn't a story to come back and tell. Like, yeah, I went and visited him, and he said this, and he said that, and he did this, and he did that. And then people are like, ooh, he went and visited him, and it make you feel like, ooh, I did something. Or, at least I got a story to tell, and it'll bring some more attention to me, 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 me. But where were you? Where were you to go visit it, Ron? Here's Ron. Ron.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me ask my question. Hold on. Let me ask my question, and then I'm going to let you take flight. You went and
Yeah.
visited him when he was
Yeah.
in the hospital. Did you visit him when he got out?
Okay. Now,
No, answer the question first, and then I'm going to let you take
no,
flight. Did
no,
you visit him when he got out?
no. I didn't know where he stayed at. And wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, when I went there, first thing I said, and I can tell you, sort of verbatim, how it went. I told him, "You reap what you sow. You toss that girl under the bus, and then now you here where you are." I said, "Look, I know how these people are." I said, "Now they dragging you out on social media," and he was like, "No, they'll forget. They'll forget in 2 weeks." I'm like, no, and I was thinking of Alicia when I said it, because she was going hard on him.
Yeah, but
I'm
she was
like,
wrong about a
no,
lot of stuff.
no, wait a minute. I'm like, no, they ain't gonna forget. You need, and he was writing it down. He was writing it down. I'm like, you need to go ahead and give me write a statement down and drop out of this fucking election. I said, you need to go ahead and support Stefan and other people that are on the ticket. I said, you're not gonna win. The people ain't gonna forget. I said, you need to regain your I'm not footing, but I can't think of the word, but you regain some credibility back in the community, right? I'm like, you need to go ahead and wait and make sure that you know exactly what you want to do when you get out. This was my focus, and he tried to tell me all these things that he wanted to do, and he was going to apologize, and I'm like, don't, if you support Rosemary from a distance. I said, if anybody go and ask you any questions, the media or somebody you like, I told him to say you support Rosemary from a distance, and you can't comment because you got a court, a court hearing. Now the reason I said no, I want to make sure, because you go paint people a picture
Well, no,
of what
I want to
you
ask
said.
you to include this in the rest of what you're saying. Please explain
No,
to me,
no, 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 no. I want
if
no.
you didn't know
I'm
the
going.
guy,
I'm going.
why did you go
No,
there to
no.
visit him anyway?
Hey, man. Okay, fuck it. Go ahead, man.
If you didn't know
What
the
is it?
guy, why did you go there to visit him anyway?
First of all, I don't know him, but I've met him before, and now I know what he did. I know he took advantage of that girl. I've done that shit. I've done that shit. So I know he did it. And everybody was trying to walk him into admitting shit and all that other little shit. He needed to get some help, but first of all he needed to address the issue that he had.
And
But
you thought
no,
that's what you were doing, was
and
you were
wait,
giving
wait
him
a minute,
unsolicited help.
wait a minute, don't get the fuck out of here because I don't want you. You're not trying to you. I'm not gonna let you taint some shit. I'ma tell you.
Bro, I'm going to
I'ma
jump
tell
in and
you what
ask
it is.
questions when I feel the need to do
I'm not.
so.
I'm not gonna
Yes.
ask. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you,
I'm
and
going to
then you
jump
can
in and
ask
ask
me.
questions
I'm
when I
gonna
feel the
tell
need
you.
to do so.
No, I'm gonna
Yes,
tell
yes,
you,
yes,
and then
yes.
you can ask me because I'm gonna tell you, and then you can ask me.
I can ask anytime.
I'm I,
I can ask at
okay.
any
Go
time.
ahead. Okay, go ahead and ask.
So you called yourself going up there to give him a guy that you don't
Go.
know
No, nope,
unsolicited help.
nope, 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 nope. That's my answer. No.
But that's certainly what it sounds
Go
like
ahead.
to me.
Go
But
ahead. No.
so
Go
okay,
ahead.
so while you were up there, did you get some contact information from him since you're now a counselor to continue to counsel him once he gets out?
Man, you know what? Fuck you. And what? Now, what I'm trying.
I'm sorry. I don't understand it. I don't understand. How you just gonna bust out and say F you and then try to continue that sentence? I'm sorry, man. Well, I'm not sorry. Bro, you was out of order. You were out of order. Completely out of order. But you wanted to go there just to say you went there. I kept telling y'all, you ain't no daggone counselor. You're not a psychologist. You're not a psychiatrist. You're not a clinical counselor. You just some dude that don't even know the dude. You don't even know him. And then you just gonna show up? Now, most reasonable people, and I'm kind of saying it like as if to say, he wasn't reasonable. When I'm saying reasonable, he was clearly experiencing some issues. I know if I'm in the hospital and then just some random person who I don't know, I don't talk to, I don't communicate, show up talking about, yeah, I saw you walk down the street one day, heard you was in the hospital, thought I'd come and visit you and give you some advice. Why are you here? Why are you here? Man, y'all playing with people's lives. Playing with his life. You too, twin. I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna tell him from the gangster point of view. Why do he need to hear something from the gangster point of view? And again, y'all care so much about him when y'all can get some attention off of it. I care enough that I'm going to visit him and have a personal conversation and give him, all the advice that a person can give a person. Okay. He out now. Well, I don't know nothing about him. I don't know where he live. I ain't got no number or no contact information. So what am I supposed to do? Here come the other piece. Twin.
You know what?
I know a whole lot of what's. Which what are you talking about?
You don't know, because every time you're on a podcast, you say, I don't know. I don't agree.
I just told you I know a whole lot of what's.
I cuss you out right about now.
Why did you not go visit that man when he
Hold
got
your
out?
horse. Hold your horse. Hold your horse.
I don't have a horse. I have a simple question. Why did you not go visit that man when he got out?
No, you're not gonna play me like a prosecutor, like we in court, man.
I'm gonna play you
I'll
like
give
a talk show host.
Come on, don't do
talking
that.
to a caller. Why did you not?
Why you do that, man? Why you really
Why
do that?
I ask questions because I want
I came
answers.
in a nice way in your podcast, man, because, you know, I fuck with you, E, man, but you always do that, man.
This
Why
is
you
a
do
simple, I'm asking a simple question.
that? I'm going to get to your question.
Okay,
I'm
then,
going to get to your question.
So then just get to the question. What you talking about?
So why do you do that, man? I came in with a positive no. I see why people cuss you out.
Why do I ask questions?
Or whatever. You got things going on in your life because of your mouth.
Your question is, why do I ask people questions who call in?
Emanuel, I don't need no cloud chase for what?
You tell me.
I care about. Hold on, man. I care about people.
You asked me a question.
I know that man for a year. You know, I ask him certain things and watch your vote. I ask him a question, something like that, which I don't know about. Kevin knows me.
What?
So let me tell you this. I don't know. I thought the man was in a hospital, man, to be honest. I thought he was still in there getting help. And the weekend when I seen him on social media and everything, he's out and he broke into the girl house, I'm like, whoa.
But
I don't know. How does that work? Do you got to get discharged? Right? Huh?
You know him.
Yeah.
Right. So why would you not know he was out? If you cared so much about him that you wanted to go visit him, why would you not know he was out?
I got a life, man. I got a life. I got other things going on.
You didn't care about that life when you was talking about I'm going to go visit him.
Ain't nothing wrong with helping a hand, lending out a hand for somebody who need help, man.
So
if you was in a situation,
when he got out, why
I don't know you like that,
hand?
but if you get in that situation, I'm gonna go come up there and see you, man.
But so when he got out, why wasn't you lending a helping hand?
I didn't even know the man was out.
So y'all wasn't that close.
Do you think I keep up with everybody I mess with or something like that, man?
I would think you keep up with everybody that you go to visit while they're in a psychiatric ward. Yes, I would think you keep up with those people because I would think you're close enough to them to care about them in that way.
Okay, you want to make this your look Jerry Springer 2.0. Why you ain't go check Dean when y'all got into it? Why you had to go broadcast it and everything?
That's even a horrible.
No, ain't no horrible. Damn, you want to justify the situation? Think I'm clout chase on that?
You're clout chasing.
No, you full of shit, man. You know you is.
What that got to do with you talking about going to visit that man in the hospital?
You can back somebody else in the corner with that bullshit because I ain't trying to hear. Because you full of. No, I didn't know the man was out. So who this? Don't you got what? You can sign yourself out in the psych ward or whatever. I didn't know how that worked.
Exactly. So if you didn't know how that worked, if you don't know nothing about the psych ward, why were you trying to go to the psych ward?
The man need a helping hand, man.
You are not qualified to give a helping hand.
Who got it? What's the qualification skills to be to go see somebody?
I would say knowing and caring about them.
Okay, so I'm caring about it.
No, you don't. You didn't care enough to know even about the process in any way, shape, or form.
Man, you sick-minded, man. I don't know what point you try to make.
The point I'm trying to make is that
trying to build
you and Ron on this show was clout chasing. And
where the fuck I need the clout chase for over another nigga?
I don't know why you needed the clout chase.
You don't even know what clout chasing is.
That was
nigga,
the question.
Help a hand, goofy.
What
are you talking
that
about?
I started the call off with.
Clout chase. That's not even no damn clout.
Why did you feel the need the clout chase?
It ain't even no clout. What do I need to broadcast? I don't do that,
That's
man.
What I'm asking
I don't do
you.
That. I don't do that. Clout chase for what?
You do it.
No, man. If I got a problem with it, hey, Cal, I'm coming to see you, man. I reached out to him.
Why?
I said, man, I will come. I will come see you, but no.
You don't know him very well. If you know him at all, I think you said you met him before. So you
I
met
met him
him
a couple of
before.
times.
You don't know him.
Just like I don't know you, but if Emmanuel was in the same situation as Kevin, I'm going to come holler at Emmanuel. Like, man, what's wrong?
Why? If you're going to come holler at me when I'm in, come holler at me when I get out, because that's when I need support.
Man, I didn't even know the man was out. I mean, I didn't know the man was out. I mean, he's still in jail, but I didn't know he got out there for
care. You cared
man, I got
about
other life things
the
to do. Come on,
idea
man.
that while he was
Come on, man. You're not
you
even
could
making no
call
sense,
shows
man.
and say, I went to visit
You're
him.
not making no sense, dude.
him.
You're not making any sense at all, man. I don't know what you're trying to build your courage up or your audience and stuff. You're not making any sense, man. I got a life, too, to live. I just can't live off Kevin's life.
Right,
Every man held accountable for his own act. I ain't tell you go break in that woman's house.
That's why you had no business even contacting that man when he was in.
Man, you wouldn't do your friends like that or someone
He's
you
not
know
your friend.
or whatever. Like, man,
he's not
man,
your
you need
friend. If he was your actual friend, you would have kept tabs on him.
I'm not trying to hear none of that, man.
So he's your friend?
What you talking about?
Wait, so he's your friend?
It's concerning, man. It's concerning.
Wait, but
it's
you
a
just brought up your friend.
No, it's concerning situation.
Right, so
man, you're not about to flip mode on me. Man, go on, man. And you wonder why you get cussed out because stupid shit like this.
He's not your
No,
friend.
man, you're not making any sense. I don't care what you're saying. You're not making any sense, and that's not clout chase. I don't fucking do no clout chase. Right? For what? What I got a stunt for? For what?
You tell
Whatever
me.
I do on handling stuff, I can do behind closed. I don't have to have no clout chasing base behind me just to say, oh, get credibility. Oh, Twin did this. Oh, I did this. Because I went to go see him. No, I'm not about to do that. Whatever happened to...
How do I know you wanted to go see?
Me and Kevin, whatever I talked about, that's personal, whatever.
How do I know you wanted to go see?
I wouldn't come back and broadcast the shit.
How do I know you wanted to go see?
No, I wouldn't do that. That's clout chasing.
Hold on. How do I know you wanted to go see?
Come on, man. I'm not trying to hear all that.
How do I know that you wanted to go see?
You said what?
How do I know that you wanted to go see?
You know.
How do I know?
Stop playing. You know.
How do I know?
I'm just saying I wouldn't come back and say, oh, I did this for Kevin. I wouldn't say that, man. I'll let it be.
You just said it. You literally just said it. I reached out to him while he was in there. You literally said what you said
but
that you wouldn't say.
I'm telling you the definition of cloud chasing, man. What are you talking about?
And it
if you stop listening before you talk. You talk too damn much. That's your problem. You talk too damn much and not listening. I said I wouldn't come back. Whatever we got and have a conversation, I wouldn't ever come back, and that's clout chase, bragging about it and everything. Like, hey, I did this, I'm the hero, and not. No, what is you talking about, E? I'm showing you a definition of clout chase. You don't understand it.
No,
I wouldn't broadcast that situation, man.
You did.
I'll let it be. We talked. That's it.
I'm trying to tell you. You did broadcast it.
That's clout chasing, Goofy. Come on, man.
That's what you did.
No, I never had a chance to talk to him. Go see him. So what are you talking about? Cloud chasers go see him, stun on his name, whatever. Think you macho and everything, and think you are the hero or something, man.
Hold on.
That's cloud chasing.
Okay, so let me ask you this, let me calm down. Let me ask you this: how do I know that you wanted to go see?
You know I said it on your show. Now stop, man. What are you trying to get to?
Exactly. That's clout chasing.
That's not clout chasing, man.
If you to go see him, you would have just went and seen him, and you wouldn't have told everybody that you wanted to go see him.
That's not clout chase.
Trying to
when you come back, like say for instance, I'm gonna say it. Come on, man. Let me break it down to you.
Hold on, let me break it down to you first. The man is in a hospital on the psychiatric ward or unit or whatever, and you come in here trying to look like the hero, talking about I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna be there for him and I'm gonna talk to him and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that for him. That, sir, is your definition of clout chasing, and it is exactly what you did.
That's not clout chase. That's really not. I don't know where you made that up at or what you try to prove, but it's not.
All I did was listen to your definition. That's
not. I just told you what happened. Say, for instance, you in there. I told the audience, the Livingston Brothers podcast, I'm going to see E. And then I barely know E. I know him for a year, a couple of months or two, a year, whatever. I don't know him like that, but my concern is, or whatever, I'm going to CE and stuff. Yeah, I'm the man. I broadcast and everything, and I tell everybody, yeah, man, he ain't right. He did this, he ain't doing this, and I'm put it out there on air and stuff. That's clout chasing,
That's
man.
exactly what you
No,
did.
you did.
That is
No.
exactly what
I
you
said,
did.
I'll put it out there on air, and yeah, I'm not your man, Randy. So I'm the man now. I didn't do it like that. So
Oh,
what
I'm
is you
sorry.
talking
No, you're
about?
right. I'm sorry. My
I don't
bad.
think I said I'm going to
You
see him.
didn't
Come on, man. Who you
literally
think you
say
talking to?
I'm the
You don't
man.
know what cloud chasing is, so stop saying. You don't know.
I'm using your
You don't know.
definition, bro.
You
You
don't know.
just
You don't know,
described
man. Like you say all the time,
exactly
I
what
don't know.
you
You
did.
don't.
You
I'm not about to be
described
back and forth with
your
you, man,
own
because you full of it,
actions.
man. And you wonder why people cut you out. You full of it.
You
You can go.
described your
No.
own actions.
I'm about to be back and forth with you, man. It's girly stuff, and you full of shit.
Okay. Hold on. I can't be the only one who heard it. What is wrong with people? Why do people think the world is going crazy or I am? And I'm not sure which one it is. How do you define clout chasing? Use a scenario to perfectly define clout chasing. And when we look back, it's exactly what you did. Didn't he say? Because I'm thinking, maybe I didn't hear him. For real, I really do. A part of me think I'm losing my mind. Didn't he say, I'm going to tell you what clout chasing is. Let's say you in the hospital and I get on the air and I say, Emanuel did this and Emanuel did that, but I'm going to go up there and I'm going to see him. That would be clout chasing. How many of us remember him calling in saying, Farmer did this and Farmer did that, but I'm going to go up and see him? Because, he needs somebody. And I'm going to be there for him. You described your actions, your mindset, even your words in your definition of clout chasing, and then get mad at me because I tell you that's what you did. So you can't now be like, well, I wasn't really trying to clout chase. I didn't understand what clout chasing was. I mean, you understood what it was, and you knew that's what you was doing. That's where I might be wrong. That's where I might be wrong. You understood what it was, and you did exactly what it was. But somehow, the points don't connect in your head that I'm doing that thing. There's an epidemic of that going on. It's an epidemic. But then that man gets out and he goes and he breaks in that girl house. That woman's house. I'm sorry, I'm going to call her a girl. I don't want to be disrespectful to her. But if all y'all who wanted to, I'm sorry, I still got Ron's name up here. Nobody told me. I apologize, Ron. But all y'all who wanted to clout chase, it's just evident that y'all didn't really care. And so then that man gets out, and he's apparently got all of these friends and all of these supporters. And, I mean, he's clearly, raised all of this money, and there's nobody there to help and support him and tell him, don't go break into that girl house. To be there and actually be a support system. Now he in jail. Or at least I'm assuming he's still in jail. He might be out by now. And I'll be honest, I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him. I saw, I keep wanting to call you your name, DeVale. I saw DeVale. Well, you said he ain't been right since we was little. And I don't, excuse me, I need a lozenge or something. I don't know the brother. I don't know him. I'm not even sure that I met him. I saw him speak once. And from that one time of seeing him speaking, and forgive me, Jerica, because Jerica criticized me for using inappropriate terminology. But I don't know the appropriate terminology. But I saw him speak once. And I knew, looking at the man's eyes, paying attention to his expressions, and hearing what he was saying and the way that he was piecing everything together. Thank you, Jado. But listening to him and paying attention, I said, and this is what Jerica, don't crucify me. I said, there's something not right. There was something not right about him. And I couldn't put my finger on it. I said, something not right about him. And, you know, I feel bad for the guy. I really do. Because you can tell that there is Jerica, help me with the appropriate terminology, because I don't want to just keep saying there's something not right. There's something not right. Because what I think she said, it ain't wrong. Having a mental whatever is not wrong. I was like, it is something. And, you know what I'm saying? I have to walk around the world and I'm going to say it until Jerica gives me the appropriate terminology. To have to walk around the world and something not be right. Your decision-making, coping mechanisms and all that kind of stuff, they're not functioning correctly. I don't know what he's diagnosed with. And I could imagine there were a lot of clout chasers visiting him. And I could imagine, now this I'm just imagining, I'm not saying this is factual, but I could imagine him thinking, I got a lot of support. When I get out of here, I got a lot of people that are going to support me. But he's walking around cognitively impaired. Y'all making him think he got all of this help. When he get out. And then he walk out and nothing. I do. I just feel bad for him. I do. That don't mean that, you know, he shouldn't have to deal with his actions. I don't mean he, you know, shouldn't have to deal with his actions, because he should. You don't get to, you know, basically terrorize that woman because you're cognitively impaired. She deserves protection. And I don't even know that he should get out. I mean, if you got an order of protection and you just ignore the order of protection and go, you know, busting in people's houses. See, I was about to say that kind of show you ain't right, but some people who quote are right, even though they're really not. Because who does that to people? does that to people? Say, well, man, there are people out here who I think those people also have some sort of a disorder. Just your regular standard run-of-the-mill abuser who violates protection orders and stuff. I think they have some sort of a disorder. Ron says scared people. He wasn't too scared to go and break in. That sounds like an excuse to me. I'm so scared of you that I'm going to come and break in your house. I don't know about that one. But I mean, I don't know all the mental disorders. So there may be a mental disorder where, yes, I'm afraid of you and that fear makes me break into your house. That might exist. I don't know. And I know it sounds like I'm being facetious or sarcastic or any of that kind of stuff, but I'm really not. I don't know that might exist. But for me, who, I think I'm a somewhat reasonable person. That don't make sense to me. Because if I'm scared of you, I'm definitely not coming to break in your house. Definitely not. My say, now I feel like Oglesby never pulled a gun on him like he accused her in the beginning, because if someone is breaking in the house at 2 a.m. and didn't get shot. Twin, talking about, I thought he lived there. How he go to jail breaking into his own residence? Okay. I would just suggest you look that one up. Look it up. Look it up. Ron says, not that kind of fear. What kind of fear? What kind of fear? But that's that. Again, I feel bad for the guy. Apparently, he told Channel 5 he's dropping out of the race. According to Channel 5, he told them he's dropping out of the race. So, Linda says he's jealous of what that woman has. He have nothing. Linda, I doubt that he's jealous. People always throwing at somebody jealous. This person jealous of that person. This person jealous of that person. Every time that there's a I don't even want to call it a movement. There's some people who look. Everything ain't jealousy. He might just have a disorder. And he's, I don't know, obsessive or something. I don't know. Everything ain't jealousy. Most stuff ain't jealousy. Most stuff is just whatever the thing is. That people will say that. Like, oh, somebody socked somebody and then they hit him back. Well, he only hit him back because he's jealous of him. No, he hit him back because he's defending himself. Somebody call you a name, you call him a name back. He don't call you a name because he's jealous of you. No, maybe because you call him a name and he's retaliating. Break into somebody's house. They're only breaking in your house because they're jealous of you. No, they might want your stuff. And that's not out of jealousy because they don't even have to know you. They just want stuff. Everything ain't jealousy. That's silly. It's just silly. People got into a car wreck. Oh, I only wrecked the car because they jealous of the other car. Like, that's stupid. Cedric said he ain't cognitively aware enough to be jealous. Sounds reasonable, possibly, to me. Samuel says, I feel there's an onslaught of undiagnosed mental health issues that are not being addressed in a large portion of our society. Oh, I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Look, I'm telling y'all. Now, again, it's not, I have to keep saying this because people hear certain things and they want to take it a certain way. I think the overwhelming majority of people in most communities, they're fine. They're fine. But I do sometimes walk down the street and I see people. And again, for me, I'm not a psychologist, psychiatrist, counselor, or, any of that kind of stuff. But I like to think I do a half decent job of reading people. And if you look in a lot of people's eyes, something ain't right. Sorry, Jerica. Something ain't right. And these be normal people. And I don't know how to tell anybody. I think most people can do the same thing. Most people look at it, and most people can see the same thing that I see. You can't necessarily look in somebody's eyes and tell that they're stupid or they're ignorant. Or, whatever. But sometimes you can look in their eyes. You can tell sometimes that they're just mean people. Like, this person is no good. I don't know how many of y'all single women out there, but I try to tell single women all the time. I've had this conversation on here before. I try to tell single women all the time, start looking into a man's eyes when he approaches you. A lot of times you'll save yourself a whole lot of trouble just looking into his eyes. Sometimes, like LaDonna say, you can see crazy though. I don't want to use the word crazy because I get in trouble. But you can see sometimes when something is not right. Again, sometimes you can see and it looks different. Different things can look different. And I'm gonna stop talking about this because I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to actually describe it. Sierra said, I think Rosemary knew he was trouble, but wanted to be a friend and provide support. That's possible. That's possible. I feel bad for the guy. Ladies, look into a man's eyes. Look into a man's eyes when you men, same. I told Mrs. Livingston, I don't know how many times, I told Mrs. Livingston. And she'd be like, what is it? I'd be like, you have very kind eyes. You have very kind eyes. Like your eyes give you away. Because sometimes she'd be trying to be hard. I'd be like, you ain't hard. Stop. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your eyes. You're not. You're kind. You care about people. You care about children. You care about animals. You care about little bugs. You're a kind person. Even Shahira saw it. That's what I did when he tried to talk to me. I just knew something was wrong. Cedric, you mocking me, bro? You mocking me? That was brilliant. Different things can look different. It can't like you don't just look in somebody's eyes and like cause sometimes you can look in their eyes and you can see like hatred. And like they're nice and calm and smiling, and you look in their eyes and you like, this is a person that harbors a lot of hatred and animosity. Something wrong. You got to be able to kind of notice what the something is that's wrong. I said earlier you can't see, stupid, but sometimes you can see stupid. Sometimes you can see stupid. You can see, I'm going to call it flighty. Fellas, how many of y'all done dealt with an airhead? Just an airheaded chick. She got a certain look in her eyes. There's a certain look in her eyes. Like she always, I can't do it. I can't. But there's a certain, that's that airhead look. You can kind of see, you know what I'm saying? You talk to a dude and you like, yeah, this dude ain't firing on all cylinders. Like, but it's different. It's not mean. It's not stupid. It's not. It's just things don't connect for him in some way. Yes, that is my stomach. I haven't eaten. I've been here all day, and I don't know why I don't eat. I don't get hungry, so I don't eat. And then my stomach start growling. And then I still, like when I finish here, probably the only reason I will eat, because I smell Mrs. Livingston upstairs cooking something. And she'll be like, you need to eat. And then I'll be like, you're right, I do need to eat. And so that's when I eat. But if she wasn't cooking and she didn't say anything, I wouldn't even think about it. Can you see that in my eyes? No, you just hear that in my stomach. But yeah, no, there's this. It's different. It's different stuff. Yeah, it's different stuff. But okay, enough of that. I feel bad for the guy. That's it. I feel bad for the guy. Oh yeah, that's that story. I will say though, he's got a nice full head of hair. it looks like he has a conventional hairline. You know what I'm saying? You can't beat that. You can't beat that. I don't know why. I feel like today is one of them like advicey type of days, but I really don't want it to be. I'm looking through the root and I see this story. And I just, for the life of me, don't understand. And when I look into this guy's eyes, I can see something ain't right. I can see something ain't right. And I'm not saying he's guilty, but I'm looking at the root and I see man allegedly uses Snapchat to convince 13-year-old girl to travel 1,000 miles to see him. Then the unthinkable happened. This is by Angela Wilson, published today. Cops said Pittsburgh man met a St. Louis teen on Snapchat and convinced her to travel to his home, where she was later found under a sheet. She wasn't unalive. She was still alive when they found her. She was still alive when they found her. Let's read the story. There's a reason why many parents don't want their young children on social media. Case in point, one 13-year-old girl in Louisiana. This is a 13-year-old girl in Louisiana Police say she was convinced by a man to travel over 1,000 miles away to see him, only for things to end in tragedy. The teen girl was first reported missing by law enforcement in October, according to local Baton Rouge news channel WAFD. The state's attorney general's office said the girl had been in contact with Kashan Crumity, I might have butchered that name, an adult male on Snapchat, who reportedly told her he would get her adopted by a trusted adult. But Louisiana's Attorney General Liz Muriel said on Facebook the girl was groomed, exploited, and then sexually abused by strangers who found her online. The teen had traveled, according to Law and Crime, on a bus from Columbus, Georgia, and was seen at a Greyhound station in Washington, D.C. It was there she reportedly met a woman who asked if she needed help. She said yes, and from there, the pair traveled to Crumity, Pennsylvania. Court documents said that obtained by People said the same night the teen girl arrived in Pittsburgh, she, being the woman, and Crumity all slept in the same bed in the basement. After the teen went missing, authorities began to investigate her online activity. That led cops to the 1200 block of Davis Avenue in Pittsburgh's Brighton Heights neighborhood. Thanks to an FBI search warrant, the girl was found alive in the basement, inside a box, and covered with a gray sheet. They really thought they was going to hide her in a box. Like the FBI got a warrant. So they was like, to me, this speaks to their mentality. Ooh, the FBI is here. They got a warrant. Get in this box. Here, we're going to put a sheet on top of it. You'll be good. Shh, just don't make no noise. They won't find you. Really? You think the FBI is in your house looking for a 13-year-old girl and you can just hide her in a box and put her under a sheet? That say to me something ain't all the way there. Thanks to an FBI warrant, the girl was found alive in the basement inside a box covered by a gray sheet. According to the police, the teen told authorities Crumity gave her alcohol and marijuana edibles while sexually assaulting her multiple times a day. And he allegedly didn't act alone. 62-year-old Ronald Smith of New Orleans was arrested in Georgia for simple kidnapping and contributing to the delinquency of a juvenile. Crumity, who was arrested on October 30th, was charged with trafficking in individuals, statutory sexual assault, involuntary deviant sexual intercourse, sexual assault, and selling or furnishing alcohol. He's been denied bail. The rescued girl told authorities that being at the hospital was the safest she ever felt. Look, LaDonna say that guy looks crazy too. Yeah, that's what I said. You could, if you look at his eyes. Hold on, let me see if I can find a picture so y'all can see. No, I went to the wrong site. See if I can pull up this picture. See if I can just save it. Yeah, we'll save it there. And Phil.
Hey, how you doing?
Phil, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I just wanna talk,
All
tap
right.
in about mental illness. I mean, I think it affects everyone in a certain type of way. It affects me because my brother-in-law committed suicide a few years ago, and not only that, I just think when a child, when you grow up without a parent, I ain't gonna say you grow up without a parent. You grow up without being nurtured from a parent. You need to be nurtured. How can you move on without being nurtured from a parent? You know, society is bad right now. I ain't gonna say it's bad. It's harsh. It's real. I just want to get your intake on that.
I agree society is bad, things are bad. I do think there are a lot of people who don't get the nurturing that they probably need from a parent, but still somehow, overcome, push through, or whatever the appropriate terminology is to make it and not suffer any. I don't want to, because it's almost like diminishing it. I wanted to say some substantial, residual effects from it. But I kind of agree with you. There's going to be some effects. It's just a matter of how you handle them.
Right, but not only that, even in relationship, everything needs to be counseled to put into perspective. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not 100% sure what you mean.
No, I'm talking about as far as like a marriage. Marriage need counseling to teach spouses how to fight fair, how to go forward when they cross their, because you're gonna come across a problem. I've been married for 16 years. You've been married for some time too. We all gonna have problems. You got to know how to deal with them problems. A lot of people just don't know how to deal with the problems.
I agree with that. A lot of people don't, but some people do. Like, I've never had any counseling. I think I'm pretty good on dealing with the problems, but I do agree.
You might be the only one. Hey, man, you might be the only one. You keep saying everybody need to sit on that couch at one point in time in their life, man, but you might be the exception.
I might be. But I counsel myself, even though I know that sounds, weird. I don't want to say harder on myself, but I do, kind of self-analysis, and, I'm pretty good at seeing where I'm wrong and my flaws and deficiencies are and kind of figuring them out. But, I'm sure I have issues here and there.
Right. It's so many things that affect our culture, even sexual abuse. Stuff like that, man. You can't go forward without having some type of counseling. It's impossible.
Again, I don't think it's impossible, but I do think it's probably helpful.
My thought is, you said you don't think it's impossible, but sometimes you need a professional point of view, put everything in perspective.
I agree. Yeah, some people sometimes they do need that. The only reason I think a lot of our parents came up, didn't get no counseling, any of that kind of stuff. And, we've had, some of them have issues. I think everybody has, I'm going to say, some kind of issues in terms of, things that can be worked on. But everybody don't need counseling to live a happy, successful, well-adjusted life. But I'm not against it. I'm get counseling.
I kind of beg to differ. I beg to differ because everybody go to a point in life where you get anxiety. You might have some type of depression, but everyone don't know how to deal with that. Everybody's not equipped to deal with that situation.
I agree with that last statement. So I think where we get in trouble, and maybe it's just this is one of my issues that maybe I need counseling for. When I hear people make broad statements about...
Stop. You said you might need counseling? I can't believe this.
But yeah, because I do have an issue when I hear people saying everybody this and everybody that. And maybe that's something that I shouldn't dwell on. I think it's an important distinction that we need to make. But I'm not necessarily disagreeing with kind of the foundation of what you're saying. I'm just slightly disagreeing that it applies to everybody.
I'm not going to say everybody because as a culture, I just think as black people, we think it's voodoo or whatever. If you go get professional help, people think about you a certain type of way or think about you, this, that, and the other, instead of seeking the help that you need to get.
I'm trying to not challenge that a little bit, but I have to.
You can't.
I know I have to
How?
because you said black people think this. It's not. Black people aren't the only people who.
No.
Go ahead.
You're correct. Hey, people in general. You 100%. It's people. It's people. Just like the thing when they say it's bad parenting, it's black people parenting, that is people in general.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, I recant that situation. It is people in general. Why was this saying black? Because I'm just concerned about our culture and our people, where we going.
But at the same time, I'm not certain that some of these issues can just be counseled away. Somebody luring 13-year-old girls from Louisiana to Pennsylvania to use them as some sort of a sex slave. I'm not sure that, a session on the couch is going to solve that.
And I'm totally agree, but it's mental. You got to agree with that's mental.
I do agree with that.
That's mental. That's not the norm. They said sexual predators, people who goes on young people, it's a gene in them or something. I don't know.
I don't know about a gene. I don't know. But it's definitely.
I don't know.
I'm going to say it's definitely not normal and should never be normalized. And I'm just not sure. And again, I'm saying I'm not sure because I'm not in the health field. I'm not a counselor or psychologist, psychiatrist, or any of that kind of stuff. But I'm not sure if that's something that can be, quote unquote, fixed.
I wouldn't say yes. I won't say no. I don't know about that because I'm like you. I'm not in that field, but I just know that's not the normal, and I just think that's mental.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Else?
I appreciate. Hello?
Yeah. You got anything else?
No, man. I appreciate you, Carl. Appreciate you listening. I appreciate your opinion.
I appreciate you, Phil. Thank you for calling.
All right. Take care.
All right. You do the same. All right. That was Phil. Sometimes I feel like I'm being too nitpicky when I do that. When I do that, not everybody, but I think it's important. That's why I agreed with kind of the foundational principle of what he was saying. And when I say I agree, that don't mean he right. That just means I agree. I'm not agreeing from some professional standpoint because I'm going to repeat again, I'm not a psychologist, psychiatrist, therapist, counselor, or any of that kind of stuff. But just from a lay person out here watching people and paying attention to people, I agree with the stuff that he's saying. It aligns, his belief aligns with my belief. His beliefs align with my beliefs, even though they're not based in some sort of science or study. And I know in our society we get to the point where we want to normalize everything. I don't want us to ever normalize that. CK.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Livingston?
CK, I'm doing all right. How are you?
I enjoyed your last call. It was fascinating, sir. I like the way you told his ass everybody don't need therapy. It ain't for everybody. Because as a victim of therapy, my juvenile life and my adult life, I can tell you it does not work 100%. I did better listening to Wyatt live and the afternoon experiment than going to therapy my whole damn life. And I went to all type of therapy, drug counseling, anger management. None of it works. It's laughable. I would love to have you in there just to fly in the wall. You know what I mean? It's horrible.
I would kind of like to go to one or two of those counseling sessions. I might, schedule myself a counseling session, even though I feel like I'll be doing it for the wrong reasons. But just
no, you're doing it for the right reason. Curiosity killed the cat.
But I don't know that's the right reason. But I might.
Yes, because I want you to see
see for yourself if it works. Because I'm tired of people like you that's talking about things you never experienced like you know it. You don't have no freaking thing what you're talking about, sir. You haven't had therapy. I have. And I tell you, it's anger management. I still get pissed off. Let me hit my toe on the ledge, on the coffee table. It's going to be all kind of cuss words. Why? If I've been through anger management, I'm supposed to be able to suppress it.
No, I don't. Again, I'm not a counselor and that kind of stuff. I don't think anger management is to make you never get angry. I think anger management is to help you manage your reactions and all that kind of stuff when you do get angry.
Oh. So you think it has helped me in that way?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. You tell me. Has it helped you in terms of when you get angry? Are you able to manage your reactions better?
Yes, sir. But that's what I'm trying to tell you, sir.
Then it sounds like it was helpful.
So hold on, sir.
All right.
Okay. My advice to you, sir, about this therapy situation is life is a therapy situation, sir. Your losses or your lessons in life teach you how to manage your anger, sir. It teaches you how to manage your money. Life is a therapy session. So stop giving these high-profile therapists all this accolades when grandma is giving you great advice. Auntie giving you great advice. We got to stop wasting our money with these. It's $350 a week. Insurance can't cover but $175. Come on, man. I'm just letting you know that you are in a therapy session through life.
Well,
you've been married before. You know how it is in the second time around. You've been through things that you therapized your brain cells, sir.
I'm not sure that therapize is the word, but I would say life can be, as you put it, a therapy session. Auntie and grandma can give good advice, but everybody's auntie and grandmama don't give good advice. Auntie and grandmama can also give horrible advice, and some people have to go through the same life lessons over and over and over and over again, and sometimes somebody has to say, hold on, this is what's going on, before they recognize it. So sometimes the therapist can be there to help guide you so that you actually get the life lessons that you're dealing with and going through. I don't know why everybody hanging up on me today. He didn't like I guess he didn't like my take on his, oh, that's him, he's calling back. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. I was disconnected. I apologize.
Okay,
No,
yeah, but I'm just saying, I think it's possible that therapists and all that kind of stuff can help with that. Not to mention that there are some issues. Some people do have some cognitive disabilities. Oh, she didn't say disabilities. Some cognitive something or another where they need help processing things from an outside source.
Right. And then you are the outside source. I am the outside source. We have to stop conning people into this money pit. I'm telling you that the strength, just like you can give me good advice. A young person could model themselves after you. They could be going through things and then listen to your show and they could be inspired. So this is what I'm trying to tell you, that these people that we are knowing as you know, as therapeutic is not. I'm just saying everybody has the ability to therapize, because when you, like you said, you might don't want to talk to somebody that knows you, but you could talk to a stranger. That's what a therapy is. A therapy is a stranger, and a lot of people been trained like you. Would you give bad advice?
I'm certain that I've given bad advice from time to time.
Okay. But yeah, I just think that we're putting too much on it. We're in the therapy era, and I think that's the bad part. I think we're relying on that, because you made a good point. The sickness you were talking about can't be fixed. You know, these when they prefer children and stuff like that, they shouldn't even be on the earth. There's no fixing those people. they are attracted to children. Do you understand, Livingston?
I guess I agree with you. I can't say necessarily across the board. I think sometimes things do happen in somebody's life to create a situation where, and again, I'm not a therapist or anything like that, but I've heard people say that there can be incidents that happen in someone's life to create a lot of things and different ways to cope with stuff. And so it's not necessarily just, oh, you born that way or you ain't no good and you don't need to be on this earth. But I don't understand it. That's for sure.
I can tell you like this. As a sexual abuse victim as a child, right? If you've never been through that, you can't talk to a person that has and be like, well, you need counseling. How the hell would you know? That's the problem.
Well,
the world is telling you, oh, you was sexually assaulted as a child. You need counseling. Nah, life got me just right.
Well, maybe not. I mean, I don't see, like, even me, like, I honestly don't think that I need any counseling for anything.
Exactly.
But
you remember, you were sexually assaulted by that woman. She put her breast in your face at work. Remember?
I do remember that.
Thank you.
Why did you make me think about it again?
Because you don't need therapy. It's just funny. It's not nothing. Oh, I need therapy. Oh, I can't love a woman again. It's nothing.
But
it's just something that happens.
That is very, very different than being sexually abused as a child. And to tell a person who's been sexually abused as a child that they might need counseling, I don't even see how that could be considered offensive, because clearly, if you're sexually abused as a child, you're gonna have some issues, even if it's just processing your feelings from being sexually abused as a child.
But and I'm trying to tell you, what that woman did to you, you can't do anything about it. Yes, you can make a big deal about it.
But that is nowhere near the same as being sexually abused as a child, even though, it wasn't something that I wanted to happen. It was not an unpleasant experience. So it's nowhere near the same.
Yes, you are speaking for the victim, who is me, who was sexually abused as a child. And I have the same exact experience. It's not, it's not sad. I'm happy it happened. So it's the same thing. What happened to you was probably less traumatizing than what happened to me.
I was a grown man when a grown woman tried to seduce me by, doing something. That's different than a child being sexually abused by something. That is totally different. And I'm really offended at the suggestion that they're even close.
Okay, you're getting offended and you're talking to the victim. This is where America is psycho. This is why they say we crazy. You're offended and I'm you about the victim. I'm the victim and I'm telling you the still growing who is me. Okay. And when I look back at that, I look back at it the same way you look back at when you were sexually assaulted.
CK, two things.
Yes.
Number one, you're breaking up. And number two, you might need counseling for that.
What about you? You always putting it off on somebody else. You got sexually assaulted too, but you're minimizing your victimization.
It is nowhere near the same. Nowhere near the same.
If you did that, so what if you did that to her?
That is not what we're talking about.
It's the same exact thing. If you grab her head and put your head in your crotch, there's no different than what she did.
She was not a child.
You know what I'm saying? Even an adult, people are victimized. You're acting just because you're grown and sexually assaulted, which you were. Now you're acting like you wasn't.
She She was not a child. I was not a child. And that is totally different.
As an adult, no person can grab another person and put their head in their sexual things and think it's okay and be like, oh, it's okay, it's just
Again, you're
no, I can't
comparing
just
an
grab a woman and put her
situation
head in my
with
thing.
a situation with a child, and they are not the same.
No, I'm saying, but listen, you haven't been victimized. I have, and I'm saying that child grows into a man, and I'm saying, man, I don't need counseling for what I've been through, and you can't speak for a person that you haven't even been through the experience. You haven't been sexually abused as a child, so how can the guy that been through experience tell about the guy that has? You sound insane, sir.
Okay, you're breaking up. Hey, I appreciate your call.
Thank you, bro. Sorry about that.
All right. Yeah, they're nowhere near. They're not the same. They're not the same. Not the same. And in all honesty, it might have. Maybe this is where I'm trying to give CK a little bit of I'm gonna call it grace. This is where I'm gonna maybe give him a little bit of grace. Maybe had I been sexually assaulted as a child, and I'm saying maybe because thank God it didn't happen, but maybe if I had been sexually assaulted as a child and had not dealt with that trauma, and then someone did something like that, it might re-traumatize me in that way. But from someone who she didn't take my power away from me. She wasn't in a position of authority over me or, any of that kind of stuff. It is so different. So maybe, if it had been on the heels of a traumatizing sexual experience as a child, then maybe I'd be like, no, it's the same. It's the same. I felt the same powerlessness or whatever. Or, it brought me back to that time when it happened to me as a child. Then I could see where you'd be like, no, it's not different. It's not different. It's the same. But trust me, it wasn't I had power to stop it when I stopped it. So it's not the same. Tony.
How you doing, Emanuel Livingston?
Tony, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm okay. I just wanted to comment. Sadly, I gotta somewhat agree with CK.
Okay.
Well, I'm not agreeing with that last part, but I'm agreeing with the part of based on who can help who is based on like a psychiatrist or something, because we all know just because you're in the profession, doesn't necessarily make you just, let's just say, 100% qualified to diagnose anything.
True.
Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay, and the reason I say that is because of how we look at the police. Okay, we could say just because that police officer is a police officer, everything he says isn't correct. And that's kind of the logic that I was looking at with CK said, because it is a person out here. I mean, because like you said, you got podcasts that can actually help you if you listen, and I've actually heard of people having bad experiences with psychiatrists. So,
well, hold on.
I just wanted to say that.
Tony, I'm not sure what exactly it is that you're agreeing with and the point that you're making by saying that. And let me say, I agree. Again, not everyone needs counseling. I agree with that.
Well, I would just.
Well, hold on. Let me finish
Oh,
this,
go
and
ahead.
then I agree. Not everyone needs counseling. I agree that there's a really good chance, I'm certain, that not every counselor is going to be effective with every, I'm going to call them patient, with every patient. I agree with that, but I don't think that diminishes the need for counseling or that means that counseling can't be good for certain people.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, because I feel like it's a percentage of everything that can be true, at the same time. It's like, I mean, even like what CK said, he said, like let's just say, for instance, when they were talking about the Kevin Former issue, the fact that we could just blankly say that a person like Twin can't come up there and help him just because he's not a psychiatrist, that's actually factual incorrect.
Well,
That can be incorrect.
well, let me say this. I'm not saying that he couldn't be helpful just purely on the fact that he's not a psychiatrist, psychologist, counselor, or anything. There's like probably 17,351 reasons why Twin probably would not be helpful.
Okay. I mean, I can agree. Twin, but I don't think the basis of the comment that you were making was just, surrounded around Twin, because it was kind of, it was a blanket statement almost to just say you don't have a degree, so you can't help him in that area. He's in a place where the people with the degrees are the ones that can actually help him.
Well, actually, more what I was saying was, and I think I would say this to almost anyone, but more of what I was saying is he's in a place where there are people who've studied this stuff. So they'll probably have a better chance at helping them than someone who just saw him walking down the street one day and they have no knowledge of how the mind works, or, the science and the psychology of people. Like maybe, they can't even spell or pronounce words right, stuff like that. Like, it's not just, but even if they could, even if they're like a well-rounded person, you don't know them. You're not going to be in a position to get to know them. And even if you are in a position to get to know them, you're probably not going to be in a position to diagnose them, because you don't know what you're diagnosing or how to diagnose. And you have no training. Anybody can sit there and, give somebody some so-called good advice. Like, how helpful, in all honesty, how helpful do you think it is? Someone's checked themselves into a facility because they feel that, they're having some issues with their mental health. And so for me to come in and be like, take it one day at a time, step by step, don't do wrong, try to always be right. How much am I actually helping them? I'm not telling them anything that they haven't already heard. I don't have any skills, any techniques, or any sort of training to make that stick. So that's what I was more saying.
Yeah, but I mean, the delivery coming from a specific person, and maybe the energy that person brings can actually probably, maybe, bring positivity and good energy to that person, and they might say it different than that psychiatrist said it. I mean, because I think it's a slippery slope when you say that, because then, I believe that we have to apply that same logic to everything. So now we can't police our own community because no one has degrees in law enforcement.
Well,
would you agree with that?
I would more compare it, but first, no, I wouldn't agree with that. But a part of that is because I believe that a lot of law enforcement don't get very much training as it is anyway. A few weeks of training, and then they out on the street writing people tickets that they probably didn't deserve to get tickets for. But I would more equate it to, so do you think it's possible, right? I need a brain surgery. An aneurysm or something is about to rupture or something. I need some brain surgery. And Twin heard that I need brain surgery, so he gonna come up and do it.
So do you think that I believe that he can actually do it?
Exactly. Why can't he do it?
No. I mean, because honestly, you know, you have to actually have, experience.
Hmm.
I feel like when you start talking about actual physical, like where you actually have to be physical with someone to actually fix the problem, then I kind of believe that you probably need that proper training and experience. But when we're just talking about an act of, talking or something like that, I don't believe that you need all that experience.
But
So yes, I don't believe that a regular person can go to, a car shop and drop the motor in just because he think he could do it. No.
but
But when we're
the
talking about giving someone advice, because the reason why I say that is because I believe that God equipped everyone with everything we need without the degrees and things like that. Like it's I believe that it's something out here to cure everything.
yeah,
Without the degree, without the
I don't necessarily
yeah, go ahead.
we don't necessarily agree on that. But the
We don't
fact
agree on what? We don't agree on what?
that there's something out here to cure everything, I don't necessarily agree with
So
that.
you don't believe that it's something natural that God has prepared this world for everything that's came to pass to man that
No,
can actually be cured
no,
through
I don't.
nature.
I do not.
And why don't you believe that? Because no one's actually told you that, right?
No, I just don't
Because there's
believe
no
it.
study behind it.
Whether or not somebody told me that or not, I don't believe it. I don't believe that to be the case. Maybe you believe it because somebody told you that, but you don't. It's not something I don't believe. Something that you could necessarily prove.
Well, I just believe that we were all, humanity was equipped with survival. We were equipped to survive.
I
And I
agree.
just think that society made everything sellable to actually just acquire wealth. And if they hold the information back, then they can actually sell you the information or just sell you,
So you so
whatever they want to sell you
so
versus just telling you that it's out here and you could go do this and it's actually free.
well. Let me hold on. Let me make a statement, and ask you, and then ask you a question. First, let me go back to the whole anybody can help somebody with a mental disorder. You know that some mental disorders, there's an actual physical, or at the very least physiological things that are needed, like maybe a chemical imbalance. So you believe that if there is some sort of a chemical imbalance, which might be oversimplifying, but if there is some sort of a chemical imbalance, you believe that twin going in giving some good advice is going to fix that chemical imbalance.
No, 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 no.
Right.
I don't. That's see, and that's why basically it's more than one mental illness. Like if we just talking about a person that's going through depression without the chemical imbalance, I believe that anyone can probably talk to that person. I mean, it could be a coach that can talk to that person. But yeah, I mean, when you got chemical imbalance, I mean, something is off chemically,
But
and and
right.
it has
Hold
to
on,
be
Tony.
supplemented.
Hold on,
So
Tony. So how would Twin or Ron be equipped to diagnose a chemical imbalance?
I don't know if they if they was already told that they had a chemical imbalance, I think it'd be different. But I mean, I would just have to know that.
Now to my second question. So you believe there is something in nature
So
created that you can give to, let's say, someone who likes to sexually assault children that can cure that. You believe that?
I don't know about that. I mean,
You
I'm
said,
not
hold
gonna
on,
reach that
wait.
far.
You said for
So would you?
everything that ails man, there is some natural
But that,
something to cure it,
but
right?
that might be just a choice. I mean, we were all given free choice. So to just say that there's something out here that can cure free choice, freedom of choice, that's what you're actually asking me when someone's making a choice. Because I mean, we got the choice to do anything that we want to do. So I just can't place a mental illness over choices. I mean, people make choices to do bad things every day.
So you believe
And I
that's
just think
just a
it's a
choice?
scapegoat to just always say mental illness.
What? So you believe that that's just a choice?
I believe some of it is choice. Yes, I
What
believe
about
some
the
things
part
that people do.
you said some of it?
You
What about the
know,
ones that is not choice?
you say what now?
What about you
No,
said
I
you
believe.
believe some of it is
No,
choice?
actually, no. I mean, when I say some of it, I'm referring to the bad things that people do. But what I'm saying is like I just believe that you have a choice to make. You can make whatever choice you make because there's people that have made bad choices that somebody with two people made the same choice. One made it and he was mentally ill and the other one was not mentally ill. And one they said it was because mental illness and the other one they said it was by choice.
Okay.
So people making the same choices and they just claiming it to be something different. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Look, we disagree on the whole. It's something out there to cure everything. We just disagree
Well,
with that.
when I said that I was speaking specific to like like diseases or anything. Like I said, I mean I wasn't necessarily just saying this in particular, but but I do believe that I do believe that that it is things out here that that people can be cured from certain diseases and elements that we're just not privy to the information.
Why would we
I
not?
believe that God is that powerful.
Why would we not be privy to that information?
I mean, I believe that some people are privileged to it, but I don't. I just believe that when you put this in the middle of it, people they gonna hold back information. That's just what I believe.
Okay.
And they got the choice to do that. So, and that's kind of go back to what I'm saying. Like it's people that actually probably, that has the information, but they're making a choice to not give it to everyone because they can, I mean, it's like anything else. It's people that's making millions of dollars and they're not necessarily going to tell you how they're doing it. And that's just a choice. But the money is out here for everybody to get. Everybody can have this money. Everybody can have wealth. But it's certain people that's just not going to tell you how they're doing it. In specific.
Well, let me then slightly agree with you because I do believe that there are some natural things out here that can cure stuff and people know about it and they don't necessarily share that with us. They sell it to us. So I do agree with that. I don't necessarily agree that there is necessarily some I'm going to call it magic, even though I know you're not calling it magic, you're calling it natural. That there's some anything that ails you, here's a herb that you can take and it would cure your brain cancer. Here's a herb that you can take and, it'll cure your heart disease and all of that kind of stuff. I don't necessarily agree with that.
Okay. I mean, you're entitled to that. I mean, I believe the power of God has kind of gave us everything we need. Like I said before, I just believe that, man and greed has, taken over the mind and, and that's kind of the problem with society, just in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
I
agree with you, though.
Prove, but, so, so that's just what I what I feel. So,
All right.
Going back to my original point, like I said, I do believe, somewhat of what CK said. Like, you don't a person doesn't necessarily have to have a title to, cure any element or be any help to something where they don't have the necessary or the politically correct qualifications to do it.
I agree with you.
All right, man. You take it easy, man. Thanks for taking my call.
Tony,
I'll call back.
Thank you for calling.
All right, no problem.
All right. That was Tony. We don't have to agree. We don't always have to agree. I agree in part. Certain stuff you can't. Like, Twin walking up in there talking about, I'm going to keep it gangster. It's not going to diagnose no mental illness. It's just not. And he going to be in there fussing about the Livingston brothers, which I hate. I hate the Livingston brothers. And I'm not even one to talk about hating people a lot, but I hate the Livingston brothers. I hate them. Brent.
I think Cliff Livingston is a bad influence on them other Livingstons. That joker went and won an NBA title with the Bulls, and he ain't been right ever since. Oh, man. How's everything going?
It's going okay.
Oh, that's good.
What we talking about today?
Well, can I say, "O ye of little faith" to you?
You can.
Yeah, Tony was trying to put you up on game that you should already know.
Okay.
Because if there is a substance sold in bottles that is pink in nature that could be rubbed on a dead man and brings him back to life, there has to be something out there. Oh my goodness. So we know Mr. Leonard, and we know Reverend Shannon. He pops up every now and then, and you remember he would always talk about the dandelion greens and the watermelon round.
He would, yeah.
And he would always tease. There's 11 different herbs and spices that we're gonna consume on a daily basis. And I thought every time he would say it, it was just a lead up to his ebook or whatever he was working on. $9.99 or something, and he never did. So I was a little bit upset.
No, at one point he said he would share that information with us, but he never did.
Yes. So even if he would have said for $5.99, I think I'd have picked it up just to see what was in there. Just like I bought Queen Noble's children's book just to see, what it was hitting on. So, and also support black business. I like supporting black business.
Yes.
But yeah, can we agree that calling Dr. Phil or going on his show, or Dr. Ruth for that matter, or calling the Afternoon Experiment or Wired Live does not constitute therapy? Can we agree to that one?
Not 100%.
Okay. All right. 99.44.
No, here's why I say that. I really do. I remember hearing, this is when Pat Berry was a talk show host. Oh, I don't remember which station, 55 or 700, one of those two stations. And there was a guy who was going through something really trying, and he called on the verge of suicide. And if I recall the story correctly, Pat Berry talked to him, got him to change his mind, and then met with him, and, they got him some help. So I'm saying that to say it's possible that there is an element of counsel and help that can exist even in this form, which is, I would agree with you, just as a general principle, this does not count as counseling, but there can be some counseling that could be helpful for someone. Especially,
so just like this.
Especially for the ladies. When I'm telling y'all ladies how to be good women, that is good, sound counsel.
Yeah. Well, so just like the example of the suicide hotline, where someone would call and say, "Hey, I want to kill myself and everything," and then they, first step for them is to talk them down, not to do it,
Yes.
and then to get them other help. It could be step one,
Correct.
but it's not step one through the proverbial 12-step program. So,
Probably
yeah,
not.
okay. All right. Yeah, we can agree there on that point. Yeah, with the state of even mental health, 'cause I missed the first hour, so I assume you're talking about Kevin Farmer.
Yes, Kevin Farmer.
And man, I'm the first one to come with jokes, but once I saw that there was something really wrong, I was rooting for him to get the help that he, apparently needs. But I hope this time this is the step one for him to really take under consideration that maybe, just maybe there's more help that he needs other than trying to check himself in on a Friday and thinking he's gonna get right back out and be declared that I'm good. So I'm praying for the brother. I can't stand his politics, but I don't like to see black men unnecessarily go through issues and things like that. So.
Yes.
So on that point, city council race. Who are your 9?
I haven't decided.
Okay.
Mrs. Livingston and I will sit down together this evening and go through the list. Now, there are certain people that we know we're not voting for. Like, we don't have to waste time debating Smitherman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's certain people we know, boom, they out the list. Like if it's Pop the Balloon, when they first walk out, then pop, 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 pop. And then we look at everybody else and, we figure out who it is that we're voting for. We vote as a team. Like she's not voting for one person and I'm voting for a different person. We vote as a team. And so we'll figure that out 100% certainty this evening.
Okay. Well, that is good. So now, if you decide to come up with that 9 and want to enter in to the city council contest on the Facebook page, first prize is one of Tanika's classic pound cake, not the thicker than a Snicker pound cake, but one of the classic ones. So, it's open to everyone. You don't have to live in Cincinnati. You can live in, you could be John from Florida. If he's a part of the Facebook group, hey, it's open to everyone from that standpoint. So, free of charge at my cost. I've already talked to Tanika and got that cleared up.
Right.
So she's down. I'm down. If nothing else, if it helps, have people actually think about the candidates that they think will win and, get them civically engaged from a distance, so be it. I'll charge it to the game.
What's the deadline for people to participate?
11:59 p.m. tonight is the deadline.
Okay.
So you have to make up your mind, call your bookie. Well, no, don't call your bookie. Please don't call your bookie. But yeah, to get your picks together and, be something fun that I just came up with. And, you helped me get through some of it and some other folks there in the Cincinnati area. So just trying to do something fun to engage people civically.
Okay.
And one last thing, just briefly on the wrestling report.
Yes.
We now have a new women's, I don't know which title it is, the WWE Women's World Champion, the SmackDown title, we'll call it.
Yeah.
Jade Cargill. Black lady. So yeah. So she's still rocking the silver hair, and I'm glad she turned because we talked about it before for all the reasons. So it's time. We're taking things slow with her, and I guess trying to get the AEW off of her in terms of her wrestling style or lack thereof. But hopefully they'll give her at least a run until, goodness, where we at now, at least until WrestleMania. Hopefully she can last that long, barring injury, of course.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So, yeah. But yeah, and now they're playing the whole game. Last thing with Fatu, we'll stick with the blacks and the Samoans. So with with Jacob Fatu, they're going around asking, who beat up Jacob? Who put him out? They asked, I think I saw him ask Cody Rhodes, tangentially black through his wife. So they asked Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes said, "Of course I didn't." So now I'm trying to figure out who in the world, this is like for the ladies, who shot JR? So who beat up Jacob Fatu is the ongoing mystery, and we'll see if they drop any hints to make it worthwhile, or is it going to be Hornswoggle? I don't know what they'll wind up doing with that. But but man, get you some Comfy lotion and rub it on what ails you, and you'll be all right. You'll be all right. We need some testimonials.
Yeah,
of Comfy lotion.
Well, I'm cool on the Comfy lotion. I'm cool on that. But hold on, let me tell you this.
Yes.
The way me and Mrs. Livingston are going to do this evening, as we go through and as we pick these candidates, no matter how many we vote for, I have the final say. So if we are back and forth on a candidate, we put that candidate to the side, and then once we say these 10 are the best 10, and we can't decide, and she's like, well, I think it should be these 9, and I'm like, no, it should be these 9. I, as the man of the house, get the final say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's cool. And have you? Well, I'll phrase it in this way: if you decide that there are 9 candidates that the two of you deem worthy of being on city council, will you vote for all 9?
Absolutely. That's the agreement.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, because I know in the past it's been like, people have advocated for don't vote for 9 if you don't. Well, and it makes sense. Don't vote for 9 candidates if the 9 that you're voting for is going to be voting passing things against your best interest.
Right.
So,
right.
So, yeah.
But if I think if you have 9 candidates that you believe are 9 good candidates, it doesn't make sense to not vote for those 9. It just doesn't make sense. Yes. Now, if you only have 5 that you believe are good, then it don't make sense to vote for an additional 4 just to fill up that ballot. That you vote for the people that you believe are the best people for the job that will represent you and, like you said, do things in your best interest.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it makes sense. Sound principles. So yeah. But all right. Well, you take it easy and City 11.
All right. 1923 to you. All right. That was Brent. Alethea say, can a man tell a man how to be a good gay man? What? What does that mean? What are you talking about? I'm not even sure what you're talking about. That question, please give me some context for that question. I don't understand that question. It doesn't make sense to me. And I don't want to, dismiss it as nonsensical, but without some context. What? I don't understand. Oh, somebody was debating something. Okay. Yeah, because I'm like, what? Like the question, but all right. This is a relatively old story, but I'm just now becoming familiar with it. Like, I am just now becoming familiar with this story, and it just makes me laugh. Y'all hear about this group over in Arkansas, and now they're trying to migrate into Missouri. They're creating a whites-only town. I was not even aware that this was a thing. Apparently, this has been a thing for years. I guess in 2023, They did it in Arkansas, and now they're trying to migrate or whatever, move into Missouri. And to the best of my knowledge, like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. But yeah, apparently this is out of the Missouri Independent. The possibility of a white-only organization from Arkansas expanding into Missouri has inspired bipartisan outrage from state lawmakers and local officials who decry the group as racist and anti-Semitic. Yes, this group of white people, non-Jewish white people, who determined, again, this is an old story. This ain't new. Who determined that they're creating an all-white town. No blacks. No Jews, no, you know what I'm saying, just all white. And again, I hadn't heard about it, but my thing is, okay, so go ahead. Now, I understand, as a politician, you have to be like, oh, I'm against racism, blah, 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 blah. But as a black person, I'm like, so I don't care. I genuinely do not care. Go create yourself a white oasis in the middle of the jungle, in the middle of the desert, in the middle of the whatever. Go create your own white oasis. I'm not going to come trying to buy in. I'm not going to come trying to nothing. I do not care. As a general principle, we typically don't care about that stuff. As a general principle, the people who care about that are white people. As a general principle, if you go start a black town, and then that town is very successful, financially and, culturally and all that kind of stuff, you can expect some people to come in and try to wreck it. That's typically the way that happens. But maybe somebody can tell me of an instance where there was a successful all-white town and black people came in and burned it down. Because we want to be there too. They can have their own counter, and there's nothing but white people there. And you find, I never pass through it, unless, it's on a main thoroughfare where I have to pass through. But that's the only way that I'm going to accidentally end up in your all-white town. Other than that, I don't care. I don't think we care. I think they mad that we don't care, too. Alethea.
Hey, Eli, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, and you?
I'm doing wonderful. You know what? What was the name that your niece called you?
Ain't none of your business.
Come on, help me out. I should have took a note of it. I forgot.
That ain't none of your business.
I said I was going to call you that because I like that name better. I'm going to have to go back and just do my little research in there. It sounded so funny. I was cracking up. Listen, I'm sorry. I know that sounded a little off, but you the one that created this debate. You said you were trying to tell a woman how to be a good woman. And I commented back. It was just a statement you just made. And I was like, you cannot tell a woman how to be a good woman.
Oh, of course you can. Of course you can.
And, of course you were going to say that, right? So your people went in and commented, but a woman can tell a man how to be a good man. I said, no, they can tell them how to be a good man for them personally, but they can't teach them how to be a good man. And then I said, a man knows everything except for how to tell a man how to be a good gay man. And now everybody back up is talking about paws, pineapples, Diddy. So how can you tell a woman how to be a good woman, but you can't tell a man how to be a good gay man?
Well, first, they're different. I mean, unless you believe that a woman is the exact same as a gay man, is that where you going? Women are no different than gay men?
Don't put this on me. I'm asking you a question.
Well, no, but I have to ask this because if you believe that a woman is
I'm just calling him a gay man. I'm just saying a gay man. I'm not saying he's equivalent, less than, more than. I'm just saying purely a gay man. How can a man tell a woman how to be a good woman, but he can't tell a man how to be a good gay man?
I'll explain. Because a man typically knows, because there's a general, sure, every man is different, so he has his own little quirks and idiosyncrasies and all of that kind of stuff. So I can't tell you how to be the perfect woman for all men, because I don't believe that exists. But as a man, I can tell you in general what men want, what men like, and what men believe is a good woman. I have no idea what a gay man wants or likes or thinks. So that's why it's easy for me to tell you, sometimes close your big mouth and listen to your husband. Whereas I don't know if gay dudes might like a lot of, back talk from their gay man. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell you that in general, men don't like no whole lot of back talk. So
you can't speak for every man. That's why I was just making a point.
Again,
you can't speak
that's why I said in general. Would you say that the majority of men don't like a smart mouth back talking woman?
I can say I know a lot of men that is attracted to a mouthy woman.
To a what?
A mouthy. I call them mouthy women.
No, they not.
Yeah, but some are. But anyway, you're still saying, in general, you're trying to build this woman.
Hold on. Wait, but let me just clarify that. Because some of y'all women going to hear that and be mistaken and think, Alethea sound like she know what she talking about. I'm going to talk a lot of shit to my man. Look. Don't be listening to Alethea talking about, but don't you like this? No, he don't like that. Go ahead.
Okay. Some men do like and is attracted to mouthy women. But to what you said, you may be building, when you say you can tell a woman how to be a good woman, you're saying generally to just your population of what you call general.
There's population of men. Except for the gay ones.
But there's
Again,
other groups,
I don't know what the gay
right?
ones like. So, except for the gay ones, I don't know what they like. But in general, men don't want no smart, talking, lippy woman.
I don't know if I can agree with that, but I can say there is like men that don't like mouthy women, that like more submissive women. I do know that, but I know that they're not the only type women that men like.
In general.
So that's all. I didn't want to go too far in it.
I know, but I'm telling you, in general, you trying to lead these women astray. In general, yes, you are.
No.
In general,
you're trying to make it about the good woman. I'm trying to make it about a man knows everything in the world until it comes to how to be a good gay man.
Because we're not gay men. I bet you a gay man can tell a gay man how to be a good gay man.
I mean, but don't you know what it is to be a good man? Why would a gay man be different You get what I mean? Like,
Because
why? I'm not
because
trying to say
no, I'm
that these men are all gay,
right.
but wouldn't you know?
Let me answer the question.
Okay,
Do I
okay.
know what it means to be a good man? I have a general idea. So then, why is that different than being a good gay man? Because being a heterosexual man is different than being a homosexual man. So they're gonna be different.
But you're also different than a woman. So you
Right.
can't tell.
But
Eventually,
I
you
but
really
I
can't tell a woman how to be a good woman.
n-
You can tell her how to be a
y-
good woman for you, like if you
no,
were
no,
customizing a
no,
woman.
no. You're off base on this one, Alethea. I'm trying to explain to you that as
I'm listening.
men, most men, especially men who have communications with other men about relationship type stuff, most men understand what men like in a woman in general. So there are certain general things that I could say to a woman that like men don't want to, if he works, even if he works and she works, he does not want to come home and have to argue about stuff. He don't want tension in his home, so don't bring tension to that man when he come in the door. Now, are there some men who come home thinking, oh, I hope when I get home she got something ready to argue about? I'm sure there might be one or two somewhere here or there. But in
I'm so glad
general,
you admitted that, because men like to argue like women.
no, they don't. That's what I'm telling you.
Hmm.
They don't.
I'm just
You trying to
saying.
lead
I,
these
I
women
mean, you're
astray.
older though, man. You're older. Like you more of an old school type guy, but you can't speak for all men when it comes to what
I'm
you
talking
think a
about
good
the
woman.
overwhelming majority of men worldwide.
Well, you should be able to say in confident. I mean, very confident. I'm not calling you gay. I would never call any man gay if they're not gay. You should be confident enough to say, "Oh, to be a good gay man, this is what you need to do," because
But
you know what it takes to be a man. They're still a
no,
man. They're not a
no,
woman.
no. That's totally different. That to me, that's like saying you know what it takes to be a hairdresser because you're a hairdresser. Then you should know what it takes to be a good mechanic. It doesn't make sense. They're different. You don't
That's
deal with the
a
same
woman is
stuff.
different.
Right. I
Are you
deal with
understanding where I'm
women.
coming from? Like,
No,
okay,
you're
my
not making sense.
because you keep wanting to make it about mouthy women, right? And I
No,
get your point.
I'm not.
You're dealing with a little general, a little very
No.
small
Hold on,
population.
Alethea.
Because some men like a little feistiness to their women. I'm just being totally honest with you.
Alethea.
But what I'm saying is, why is it so easy for
uh,
men to say, "I could tell you how
cause
to
we.
be a good woman" to a woman,
I
but
can't
they
do it.
won't say, "I could tell you how to be a good man" to a gay man? You get what I'm
Because
saying?
Alethea, I don't understand how you don't understand this.
I don't, because we're
As
not talking about
let me explain it.
sexuality.
Let me
We're still
explain
talking
it
about a
one more
man.
time. Let me explain it one more time.
Okay.
As a man, a heterosexual man, I don't know what a gay man likes or dislikes. So it would be
You don't
difficult.
think question, do you think he would like another mouthy man?
I have no idea.
You
'Cause it,
know, you said most men don't like mouthy women. So
right.
wouldn't that be true? Because
I
a
don't
man,
know because I'm not a gay man and I'm not attracted to gay men. So I don't have a lot of conversations with gay men about what it is that they want in their
but you're
gay
not a
man.
woman. You're not a woman
Right, but
either.
I deal with women. I deal with men who deal with women. And we have conversations about what it is that we like and don't like about women. So it's easy for me, with the knowledge that I've attained, to tell a
Okay?
woman that this is what a man likes. But
And
because I've not
with
attained
all your
any gay
knowledge and
knowledge.
all your years of wisdom, all your conversations, and I'm talking about real conversations, you never had a conversation about a gay man?
I've
Like
never,
you're
I don't,
uncomfortable to have a
I,
conversation, or
look,
you just
I don't think I have
avoid it?
ever had a conversation with a gay man about what he looks for in another gay man. Ever.
Well,
I've
you need
never
to
done it.
start doing that. I
No,
think
I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. They ain't got nothing against gay men. You like what you like, and amongst yourselves, y'all determine what works for y'all. I'm cool on that.
What do you? I mean, you. Not that I'm cool. You hit me with I'm cool. I get it. I understand. But I'm just feeling like if y'all are that secure with yourself, you should be okay with a conversation of just asking somebody.
I don't want
you
to.
know,
I don't want to have
why
that
y'all so
conversation.
comfortable worried about a good woman? What you like in a woman, and what do you like in a woman? All this come up. You ain't never had a conversation. All these gay men out here, you never had a conversation, even with a man that's DL, like a man and a woman that's bisexual. You never ran into all these years.
Look, let me tell you this. I've moved in the gospel music industry for
That's where they at.
for
Sorry.
25 years now, okay? And hear me when I tell you, I've met a lot of gay dudes. I've heard a lot of gay dudes have a lot of different conversations, some appropriate, some inappropriate, and I've never let any of that information absorb because I'm not in any way, shape, or form interested in what it is that they're looking for. I just know they're not looking for what I'm looking for. Some of my
So
best
you're
friends are gay. I'm
avoiding gay
telling you, I've
men.
had
So
gay
I
men.
I know
I've had gay
where you're
dudes
at now.
over my house
I
for
know where
dinner.
you're at. Always wonder why I didn't see gay people in your chat and stuff. So I know the truth now. Thank you for telling me that.
I've had gay dudes over my house for dinner. You know what I'm saying? My ex-wife had some really good gay friends.
Okay.
And never once did I entertain a conversation with them like, what are you looking for in a gay man?
What type of relationship or guy that they're looking for?
Never.
So none of them never been really single or in a relationship where they could tell you what they like. So I'm just going to be fair about this and just say you really can't tell a woman how to be a good woman because you're still asking men.
That's not true.
So I'm just saying you're asking men. So when you get in a conversation or get into a room with women, then you'll know what a good woman is.
Just like women can say, you know, in general, we like this in a man. You know, we like a man that's, you know, a leader or a take charge type of guy or, you know, strong or whatever. We don't like, you know, if I say something, you know, like if I criticize something you do and you start crying, as women, we don't like that. You know, just like you could do that, and that would be reasonable. So if some dude coming and asking you like, you know, and you work at a salon or something, so I know y'all be talking about men, so you have a good idea of some qualities that women look for. So a man could come to you and say, what are some qualities that women like in men? And you'd be able to give him some sound advice.
I could build a good man by what other women are saying. That wouldn't quality, that's what they're asking for. I'm just saying I can't build a good, say, oh yeah, I can show you how to be a good man. I can't do it. I'm not a man.
I can almost guarantee that over all of your years of yakety yak in the shop, that there are a certain set of skills that come up, or not skills, but qualities that come up over and over and over, kind of across the board. Like you might have an outlier here. Like you might have some chick like, no, I love it when my man come home and say he had a bad day and he start crying because the boss yelled at him. You might find one of, you know, some outlier, but in general, the women gonna be like, if my man come home and say the boss yelled at him and he crying, hell no, I don't like that. You're going to have some general idea of what women across the board like, accepting that there are some outliers.
I don't know, because a lot of women want more sensitivity because the men are so aggressive. That's why I say I can't say. I can just tell you what I like to consider him a good man. I can't speak for other women. It's pretty much my point.
Well,
you know,
then that might be a part of y'all problem.
You as a man can't tell a woman This
That
is
might
how you be a good woman.
that might be a part of y'all problem. Maybe y'all need to get together and come to some sort of
Not the
consensus.
y'all.
Yes, so
All
y'all can
right.
come to
Well,
some sort of
I'm just
consensus.
saying, like, but I think y'all should invest your time in more telling men how to be good men and let the women worry about the women. I'm saying the man, whether he's gay or straight, y'all should spend more time talking about how to improve yourself and how to be a man
I think
versus
I
telling
think
a
you
woman
have
how to be a
proven
woman.
I think you've proven in this phone call that we can't let women be the ones teaching women what men like. Because then you will have them run around thinking, oh yeah, he like a woman that talk back and
No, I wouldn't say
no,
that. I would not say
no,
that.
no,
I'm
no.
just saying
I think you did say
I
that.
can definitely tell a woman how
Alethea, I
to
think you
be.
did say that during this call. Men like women that talk back to them. Yeah, you said that.
Some. I said some, not
Uh-huh.
all. Some.
He can't.
Now,
You
I'm going to
can't
tell you because
trust
some men like to argue and they're messy. You know, they keep a lot of stuff stirred up. You know, you probably have some of them uncles to keep the mess going. You know, just real live messy men. But that was the chat. So what you read, you was like, what is this? It's not making sense. So it was to the other comment. We was debating in the chat.
All right, I
Okay.
appreciate the context.
Okay, I'll talk to you soon.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thank you, Alethea. All right, but yeah, no, we as in general, men we know. In general, men we know. Ronald says a gay man does not want to be a man; he wants to be a woman. Oh, yeah, I'm not reading the rest of that. Yeah, okay, okay. But now, as men, we generally know what men like, and I really do believe that that's something that people don't think about and ask. People don't think about that, and women don't think about that, and women don't ask that question kind of in general. Men, to a large degree, we know what women want. They want money. We can see them a mile away. When they push up, we just smile and say, back up off me. Smell the coffee. But we know, in general, we know what women want. Women want, in general, good men with a lot of money, and everything else is negotiable. They probably prefer him to be taller. But in general, everything else is negotiable. He make a lot of money. Now, I'm not saying you won't accept the dude that don't make a lot of money, but in general, we know. What does she want? What kind of woman do you want? I want that woman. You got your uncle, like you got to have money to get her. You're right, Aunt. We know. We know. Which one of them women, what kind of woman you like? Her, right there. Big homie, he right there to tell you, like, bro, you got to have a lot of money to deal with that. Yeah, we know. We know. We ask and our uncles, fathers, big bros, all of that kind of stuff. Boom, they hip us early on. Again, the main thing is her. You got to have money. You know what I'm saying? We know. We've asked the question. Women don't ask that question in general. Like, oh, I want that kind of man. Oh, well, what do he want? He want me to be loud and mouthy? No, he don't. He don't. After a hard day work, he want to come home and then me be in his face like, why you didn't take the garbage out last night? Why didn't? Yeah, that's what he want. No, that's not what he want. It's not what he want. But yeah, I think a lot of times y'all don't ask the question. I'm just gonna be me, and he can take it or leave it. And that's why a lot of y'all single, because he left it. And all you had to do was just ask the question, What does he want? I don't even know how we got there. How did we get there? I wasn't talking about that. But I do have to get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. T. Mikey G say women want a good man with a lot of money. Well, it's time for me to go. Oh. Brent says short man standing on his wallet looks like Wimby. Right. We know this, ladies. We know this. Because we've asked the question. Linda says, so how did we get on this conversation? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea how we got here. Absolutely no idea. I just be trying to help. All right, y'all. Well, that's it for me. Let me get out of here. I smell some food cooking, and I haven't eaten today, so I'm getting ready to go eat. That's another plus. A woman who would cook. Ain't got to cook every day. Ain't got to cook every day. Ever so often, you say, baby, I know you love chili. Guess what I made? A big pot of chili. He happy, baby, I know you love meatloaf. Guess what I made? Your favorite, meatloaf. Every once in a while. Twin. Talking about your gay friend coming over. Look, I'm not ashamed of the fact that I know some gay people. And that when we used to have dinner parties. I haven't had a dinner party in a long time. When we used to have dinner parties or have people over, it might be some gay people. I'm not going to be like, oh, you gay. You can't come to my house. Like, that don't even make sense to me. We not going to be doing it. We're going to be eating some dinner and we're going to be having some decent conversation. Yeah, but he gay. He might drop something under the table and then start sucking my... That's some twin homophobic stuff. You wouldn't even play in the family reunion softball game because you was scared that a gay dude was going to slide into first base. Nobody slides into first base, and especially during a friendly family softball game. But you so scared that a gay dude going to slide into first base and have his testicles in your face. That's not reasonable. For real, that was what he said his fear was. That is not a reasonable fear. What if, honey, you got a gay dude coming to the dinner party? Like, yeah, and what if he drops some food under the table and then starts sucking my... That's not really a good chance of that happening. I think you feel it before he started. You would be able to cut that off. Jerica.
Why do you keep ignoring my question?
I'm sorry, I did not see your question.
I don't believe you. Nevertheless, let me start here. CK, I think therapy is good for everybody. I think everyone should go to therapy, at least for like a month, right? Just to have somebody to talk to vent to, someone who isn't your friend or your cousin, just a complete stranger for you to process things with, right? So that's it.
We disagree.
And that's okay, because we tend to do that quite often. I think that's why we're still friends. But I I didn't know if Alethea's question was real or not. Like, were you all somewhere else having this conversation, and then it made it to the show?
No.
Where did that come from? Like,
I,
what was in the chat?
yeah, I saw it in the chat, and yeah.
Okay, because I couldn't understand her perspective. I was trying to, but I didn't know if it was real life or not. Because my question is simply, why would a heterosexual man be concerned with what a homosexual man looks for in another man? And unless you want to be with a man.
Right.
Because I wonder if Alethea knows what a good stud is for a woman. You know what I mean? Like, because I wouldn't know. I don't know, like, this person likes strap-ons, those little dildo things. Like, I don't understand any of that world. So I don't know if that's, like, a bad thing or not. So I was just confused.
I don't understand it either, and I definitely don't know what a lesbian wants in a woman.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, well, good. I just didn't want to be alone in that canoe. So, okay, that's all I wanted.
All right.
And don't go telling no secrets, okay?
Huh?
Don't go telling no secrets.
I'm not certain what that means.
You know, no?
No.
You said earlier on Wyatt's show that there were going to be some things that you're going to do.
Oh, no.
Exposure.
Not those. I have a whole lot of those secrets. I know what you're talking about now. I have a whole lot of those secrets. I'm a man of my word. And so if you tell me something in confidence 20 years ago, and then we fall out now, I don't tell what you told me 20 years ago. I gave my word that I wouldn't share that, so I won't share that. Now, I do have things that I could share, and some people will be shocked of the stuff that I know about them. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about other stuff. So new stuff.
I just wanted to check in.
New stuff.
Oh, new stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. All right. Well, you be safe out there in those streets.
All right. I'll do my best.
All right. 42.
All right. 19. Alethea said, I didn't say sexually good. I said I can tell a woman how to be a good woman, whether stud or straight, but a man can't tell a gay man how to be a good man. Okay, I don't know. Scott said, you said you would not tell. Yeah, no. If you, again, I'm a man of my word. If you tell me something in confidence, that stays in confidence. Even if we fall out. Unless you try to, say me and Scott fall out. I'm only using Scott because his name popped up. But Scott told me some stuff 15 years ago. I ain't never telling nobody that stuff. Unless Scott start bringing that stuff up to try to, bolster his whatever. Then the truth might have to come out. Like, don't start lying about the stuff you took. Just don't bring it up. If you don't bring it up, I won't bring it up, and it'll never be brought up. But if you bring it up and you start lying about it, then I have to tell the truth. Because that's my whole thing. Truth. Tell the truth. I'll try to be an honest guy. So, yeah. No. Will not. Stuff told to me in confidence stays in confidence. And you can ask anybody. It will bust you out like, did Emanuel tell you about this? Like, no, he didn't tell me about that. So tell me about that. So it's usually not a good idea to do that. But, yeah, no. Now, if you told me something not in confidence, I'm free to share that. But, yeah, it ain't that. I got a plan. Don't worry about it. I got a plan. But, Twin says he ain't gonna have no gay person over his house because he got a son. I'm not sure what you think. You think they gonna sneak and gayify your son? Hell no. Your gay ass not coming to my house. I have a little son. You think they gonna sneak and gay, like, wouldn't you watch your guests at the house and make sure that they not doing nothing to your little son? Like, what is the fear? What is the unreasonable fear there? What's the unreasonable fear there? Baby, we having this party, when this couple, and Reggie gonna be there too. No, Reggie can't come over. Why Reggie can't come over? Because I got a son. Well, what do you think Reggie gonna do to your son? Or actually, first it would be, well, what if he drop a meatball under the table and then next thing I know, he's sucking my D? Like, no, that's probably not gonna happen. He's probably not gonna intentionally drop a meatball under the table so he can crawl across and suck your D. That's not a reasonable fear. Well, what if he sprinkles some fairy dust on our son? I don't think they walk around with fairy dust sprinkling it on people to make them gay. That's not a reasonable fear. It's just not a reasonable fear. Sorry, it's just not. Well, what if my little son is asleep and then he sneak away from everybody and then go in there and, because a lot of times that's the fear. He gay, he gonna molest my son. You really, like, what about one of women sneak away and molest your son? But I'll be all right with that. No, you wouldn't. So that's why none of the guests go in and have a long time with your little son. Like, it's not a reasonable fear. It's not. It's just not a reasonable fear. I'm not even trying to tell you to have gay people over your house. I'm not trying to tell you that. But, I'm just trying to understand, like, this major objection to it in that way. My son gonna see him, and then he gonna think that, because you really think because your little son see one gay dude at your house, that's gonna make him gay? I don't understand the fear. If you just like, I don't like Reggie, okay, that's reasonable. But ain't no gay dude gonna be coming over here. I don't understand it. Caller.
This is Casey. How are you today, Emanuel? This is Casey from Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Oh, hey, Casey. Well, thank you for calling. I am fantastic.
I lived in Cincinnati. I'm from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. I lived there for 20 years, but I had MS the whole time. But as my MS got a little bit more challenging, I had to move back home, and I stay with my mother now, and I have lots of aunts and different relatives who are around. But I didn't call to talk about me.
All
I heard you say that you were about to go. So
Yes.
quickly, the black people of Arkansas feel the exact same thing as the black people in all feel about that Cincinnati brawl. Nobody cares about that. When they're getting ready to go downtown and have a good time and have beer, they're still going. So the black people of Arkansas, and guess what else, Emanuel?
What's that?
They have already been begging Arkansas, this little town, they're going to build it was supposed to be a white nationalist type of group, and that's what white people do a lot of times. They tend to go up north in the Ozark Mountains
Yes.
of Arkansas
Yeah.
there and create their own little little community. But guess what? They've already been wanting food stamps. I mean, how about that? Food stamps.
Right.
And so, I mean, but nobody cares. And this governor down here is already saying that the workers, the government workers and things, they're not going back to work or anything. So I'm not sure with this whole little Arkansas. I don't think it'll become anything, Emmanuel. What I'll do is call you back and let you know if it ever becomes anything.
Okay. All right. I
But all
appreciate
right,
that.
I'm glad I could get you up to date in Arkansas.
All right.
I'll call you back and let you know if anything ever comes of it.
All right, Casey.
All right, Emmanuel. Have a nice one. Thanks for a great show today.
Thank you, and thank you for calling.
All right, you're welcome.
All
Have
right.
a good one.
All right, bye. All right, that was Casey from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. You can't beat that. Ronald say, so cross-dressers don't scare you, E-Man? They scare me. They look like clowns, and I don't like clowns. No, cross-dressers don't scare me. They don't scare me. I don't understand it. I don't understand why a man would want to dress up like a woman. Because typically, that's what I think of when I think of cross-dressers is men dressed up as women. Not necessarily women dressed up as men. But no, why would they scare me? They just dudes dressed up. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not hanging out with them or nothing. But scare me? No, not at all. Not at all. Just not afraid. I'm not afraid of straight men, straight women, gay men, gay women, cross-dressing men, cross-dressing women, if that's a thing. None of that kind of stuff. None of that scares me. That's not at all. Because why? What are they going to do to you? You think they're going to all, gather in a circle around you and kiss you so you got lipstick stains all over you? Like, what is these? These are unreasonable fears. These are unreasonable fears for grown men. These are unreasonable fears. As a little kid, maybe. Because little kids think, he looked funny. He looked funny. Maybe. But other than that, like at some point you grow up and you be like, they doing what they do. I don't agree with it. I don't like it, but it is what it is, and I'm going to go about my business. I don't understand. I understand not liking it. I understand not understanding it. I understand even not necessarily wanting to be around it in that way. But I don't understand. I'm scared. Ooh, I'm scared. Jerica says, little people scare me. Again, unreasonable fear. What are you afraid that the little people gonna do? They little people. They just people, but they little. If anything, you should be scared of the big people. They're the people who, might do some bad stuff to you. Andre the Giant, like, oh my God, that's scary. Little, the dude from, I can't remember his name. I don't know why I can't remember his name. Shoot. Y'all know who I'm thinking about. The little rapper. Why are you afraid of him? If anything, I'd be more scared of Twin than, just some random little person. No offense, Twin, but you know what I'm saying? You may or may not have killed people before. That's more frightening to me than a little person. Tanika says, cats scare me. Okay, animals is different. Because you never know what an animal gonna do. You never know what an animal gonna do. So that's understandable. But yes, thank you, DeAndre. Bushwick Bill. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name. And then what if they big and S and can fight? Then you gotta what? Oh, why would you have to fight them? Why? Again, that's an unreasonable fear. What is going on in your imagination that you got to fight a big cross-dresser? What is the scenario? Like, explain to me the scenario in your mind that creates an actual fear where at the end of this scenario, you are fighting and potentially having to kill some cross-dresser. What in the world? What is going on? What are you imagining happening? What are you imagining happening? Okay, you wake up, you know what I'm saying? You go to work, you get off work, you are driving home. What scenario are you playing in your mind where you had to fight and potentially kill a cross-dresser? These sound, just the very thought of it sounds like it's an unreasonable fear. That was Ronald Dixon. Somebody said, who asked that question? Ronald Dixon said, what if they big and can fight? It's not reasonable. These are not reasonable fears. These are not, I promise y'all. Like, look, if you got a reasonable fear, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. It's reasonable. It could happen. It's reasonable. Again, I acknowledge I have some unreasonable fears. My fear of heights, on a tall building is an unreasonable fear. My fear, again, is very unreasonable. Is no matter how far away I'm standing from the edge, my fear is I'm going to jump off. I'm not going to jump off. I know I'm not going to jump off. But that is my fear. It don't make sense. What scenario would create a situation where I'm just going to be like, hey, man, this is a good view. Like this, it's not reasonable. Which is why I still go to tall buildings. No matter how, and my heart be beat. Y'all don't understand. It's a real fear. My heart be beating like, it's an unreasonable fear. Sierra says this is an awful conversation. I think I'm trying to make it a slightly more healthy conversation because I'm trying to express to these people that their fears are not reasonable. And, kind of governing your life and judging people based on your unreasonable fears is usually not the best thing to do. Jerica says, shut up. I have a fear of going near large bodies of water, fearing I may jump in and drown. And seeing somebody else write it out is so unreasonable. But I promise y'all, if you don't have such a fear and it just seems totally unreasonable, like, Emanuel, why would you jump off a building? Jerica, why would you jump into a large body of water and drown? I don't know. There's no part of me that wants to jump. I don't know. I know it's unreasonable, but it really does exist. Sammy says, I don't mess with rats or mice. That's reasonable. Wild animals are not like, raccoons, possums. I mean, look at them. They little sharp claws and sharp teeth. Like, no. And I've I've trapped some raccoons before. And when they in the trap, initially, they mean as hell. But, you did just trap them. And they be having that one little hand. It's like a whole hand reaching out. Like, mean ass. But after a while, you capture them and then you driving them to a secluded area. Mrs. Livingston has very kind eyes. And for her, they have to go to a nice wooded area far out. And then that's when you're allowed to let them go. She don't want to see nothing bad happen to the animals. And yeah, initially on the ride, like, why are you trying to get me? You in a cage, you can't get out. But eventually they calm down. And you look at them and they just look like a nice little calm animal. And when you let them go, they run away. But I wouldn't mess with one. I would not mess with one. Little sharp teeth and claws. I don't need no rabies shot or nothing like that. So, no. Not me. LaDon said, you mean to tell me you did that? Well, yeah, I try to honor her wishes, I try to honor her wishes and, she liked the animals. She liked animals. She's a kind-hearted person. The first time I let one go, Jerica said she tossing the cage out the window with the raccoon in it. What if it turned around and chasing you? First time I let one go, I have to admit I was frightened. Because I thought, I'm going to open this little cage, and that bad boy going to turn around and attack me, and I'm going to be out here fighting with a raccoon. I don't want to fight no raccoon. I don't want to fight no raccoon, but you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. But now every time I open up the little cage, they just run away because they really don't want to, have that interaction themselves. Ron.
Yeah, man. Hey, man.
Yeah.
What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's going on
man.
with you?
I don't like them cross dressers, bro. Hey. They look scary in a motherfucker, bro.
What has a cross dresser ever done to you?
They ain't done shit to me. You know what I'm saying? They ain't done shit to me.
Right, so it's not a reasonable thing. It's just some dude with women clothes on.
Man, them motherfuckers be tripping, bro.
What did they do to be tripping? What have they done to you?
Damn. How can I explain? They fucked up in the head. How about that?
It's just a dude with women's clothes on.
You wouldn't put on no girl clothes?
No, but that's me.
All right, then. Them motherfuckers be tripping out. Twin probably be wearing that type shit. I can see that motherfucker in a little pink skirt with some thigh boots and some baby hair looking motherfucker. He pissed me off, man. You can't be that stupid. But anyway, they don't. I don't like the motherfuckers, man. I mean, you do what you do, but fuck that. So you would go to one of them motherfucking concerts they be having and shit?
Well, no, but just because I wouldn't go to one of their concerts or anything, don't mean I don't like them. They're just
So
people.
what about
I don't
when they
know them.
What about when they come into the schools reading to the kids? You cool with that?
I am.
That's fucked up.
Why?
And chop their heads off.
Why? They're just.
Why you gonna confuse the
they're
kids
just-
like that?
They're just people reading to kids.
They fucked up people.
But
Quit
what are they?
playing, man.
What are they
Quit-
doing
come
to
on.
hurt? In your mind, what are they doing to hurt the kids?
Confusing the fuck out of them.
How? How are they confusing them? You know, kids ain't confused. Kids know.
Our kids know.
All the kids
ours
know.
do.
All kids know.
Not all them goofy motherfuckers.
Ugh. He dressed like a girl. They know. They know.
No, I don't know, bro. I don't like, man, they scare me. Just like Clown, that motherfucking movie, It.
Wait, so your fear is that the cross dresser is gonna drag you into the sewer?
I don't know. I ain't even finna give him the chance,
See, that's
goddammit.
not
I ain't
that
fucking
is
with it.
not a reasonable fear. Look, again, it's just some dude who put on women's clothes.
They tripped. Again, you gonna wear your wife's satin panties?
No, and why are you thinking
All right.
about my wife's drawers? But no, I'm not. But again, and I'm not saying you have to participate in it or that you have to like it, but to be like, oh, they did that. If they're not doing anything to hurt you or to hurt anybody else.
Well, they hurt my eyes when I see them. How about that? My
But you
eyes
see
be
some
hurting. How
ugly
about
chicks out there too. And
Say
so
what
do
now?
you don't like them either?
that? Oh,
Ugly chicks.
they cool.
Right. So just look at them as some ugly chicks then. It's not,
No,
they're
no,
not,
man. Come on, man. You got me raising my voice like twin and shit.
they
No,
not,
man.
they're not hurting you. Or, I mean, if they're hurting somebody, then I'm cool with, oh, I don't F with them, whatever. But if they're not hurting you and they're not hurting anybody, why be against them?
What good advice is they gonna give a living individual? What kind of advice they gonna give them?
Why are you asking them for advice? They're not
I
out there
was
to give
asking.
you
So
advice.
what good are they? What good are they?
They're people. They probably have jobs and work and, make money and pay taxes and,
Work on a radio station and shit.
they read to our children, and do good things in the community possibly.
Okay. All right. I just the motherfuckers scare me, and they look like fucking clowns, and I don't want to be around none of that.
Well, I mean,
None
and
of
again, I'm not saying invite them to your house. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. But I don't understand. Hold on, somebody asked me, did you watch White Chicks?
Yeah, I seen that stupid ass shit one time.
Were you afraid? Was that like a horror movie to you?
They look like some hoes.
But
I
were
ain't
you
like
afraid watching the movie?
it. Nah, I wasn't scared watching the movie.
Right, they
But
were
there was some
cross-dressing.
bullshit. It was some. I watched it because my woman at the time was looking at it, so I had no choice but to look at it.
But you weren't
If I had
afraid.
a choice,
Have you-
I wouldn't have looked at it.
Have you ever watched a Medea movie?
Yeah, I caught a couple of them stupid ass movies. Yeah.
And were you afraid?
What are you? I'm
'Cause you
trying
said
to. I'm
that
trying to wrap my head of what you're saying.
You said that you're
What
afraid of cross-dressers.
if I was to see them and in their presence, if I like that little gay ass parade shit they had down there, I wouldn't be down there. If I was down there, I'd have probably had a panic attack and start throwing rocks and shit.
That's
Be in
not
trouble.
reasonable. Why? It's people walking down the street. Why would you just start throwing stuff at them? Why?
Cause they trying to come get me. That's how I think. That's why I stay away. I do not like that. I don't know if you remember that punk ass bar they used to have right before City Hall, right next to the little small library coming down Central Parkway.
No.
Where they had a whole ass bar over there, and we used to always go break their windows and shit all the time.
What?
And no motherfuckers. Yeah, there's a little bar over there. If you from down the way, you probably know. You cross through 48. There's a little library right there, and
But
right
why would
across the
you
street, they got
break
the.
their windows? They not hurting you. Why would you
That's
hurt
what.
them?
That's what we did, man.
Why?
That's what we did.
Why?
We just did.
Why?
Because don't nobody really care about them sweet pickle ass niggas, man.
So you hurt them because other people don't
I don't
care
know if
about
they
them.
got hurt. I don't know. I
Well,
don't
you
know.
know that they got hurt in
Don't,
terms of
don't throw that out
financially
there. Don't
because
throw
they.
that out there. How you know they were sitting next to the window?
No, you don't have to be sitting next to a window. If I come bust out the window of your car, don't that hurt you financially?
I don't know.
Yeah, you got to get that window replaced.
Well, anyway, we was kids, and goddamn it, I've been traumatized ever since then. Because one of those motherfuckers came out and chased us.
You threw rocks through their window.
They shouldn't be punks dancing with each other.
What? Why do that matter to you? Why did that matter to you as a kid?
I don't know who told me what. I was a kid, goddamn it, and we went and did it.
And now you mad at them because you threw a rock through their window and they chased you.
I ain't mad at them. I said, I just don't fuck with them. You do what you do. You do what you do. I just don't like them, and they scary.
But you scared because they chased you.
I ain't scared. You know what I'm talking about, Emanuel.
No, this whole time I thought you meant you're scared. What do you mean when you say scared?
Nah, I ain't scared of them. No, sir. Nah, come on now. You know better than that. Come on now.
Then what do you mean when you say scared?
They scare me when I see them.
What
if
does
I'm
scare
around them,
me
they
mean?
scary. They remind me of clowns. They imposters and fakers. And why a man can't be no woman? Why would you want to be a woman?
But I
Punk
don't.
ass.
But I don't know what you mean when you say they scare you if they don't scare you. What do you mean?
All right, hold on.
All right.
Let me think about this.
Yeah, because you
Now,
explain
what was
ziggity
the
boo
question?
pretty
What was
good.
the question?
You say they scare you, but when you say
Yeah.
they scare me, you don't mean you scared of them. So what do you mean when you say they scare you?
They scare me when I see them, but I'm not afraid of them. But they, you know what I'm saying? The way they look and all.
I promise you, I don't.
Well, this is the last time I'm gonna tell you. Go look it up, all right? Because you're playing with me
If
now.
I
I
look
ain't
up
twin.
scared, it's going to be scared.
They
And you're
look,
saying
they
you're
look
not scared.
scary. I'm not scared. I'm not gonna run or nothing. I don't know if they come break wide after me. I might. If they'll get shot, I might run from them.
Why would you run? Why would they run after you?
I don't want them to touch me or nothing. I don't want them. They scary, boy. I'm telling you, they remind me of that motherfucking clown in It. I might run from that motherfucker. If he don't fall after I shoot him, I might have to run. I might have to run.
I want you to know, and I'm being as honest with you as I can, that's not reasonable. It actually sounds quite hateful.
Well, you got to know a motherfucker to hate a motherfucker.
No. You didn't have to know them to throw rocks through their window, did you?
No. No.
Yeah, that's some hateful behavior.
No, that was 14, 15-year-old kids from lower homes walking past that bar throwing shit in their window.
Because of hate.
Oh.
All right.
I ain't fucking with them, though. So you cool with them coming to your school and reading to your kids, to little baby?
That's fine with me. What is the potential damage to little baby?
They fuck her head up. I'm like, I know this a dude, but why he got all these on? This tight ass shoes, his feet coming up out of there, looking like, you know what I'm talking about.
Right. She know it's a dude. She was saying.
He in a dress.
No, I'm
He's
telling
supposed
you.
to look like a.
Hold
Go
on.
ahead.
What little baby would say, I would pick her up, and I would say, "How was your day?" And she would say, "It was good." And I would say, "Well, what happened?" And she would say, "Grandfather, some men came and read books, but they was dressed up like girls. Why would they do that?" And I would explain to her, "I don't know. Some people is into some stuff that, I don't necessarily understand or agree with. But did they do
Right.
anything? But did they do anything bad? And she would say, no, they just read books. And I would say, did they read good? Did you like the stories? Uh, yeah, I liked the story. One of them read real good. And I'll be like, all right. And that would be it. Like, she wouldn't spend the rest of her life being super messed up
Well,
behind that.
my grandson would say that to me. He'd be like, Papa, hey, man, they came in here and they had on dresses and lipstick. So he'd have probably got kicked out. He'd have probably left out. He'd have probably asked him like, hey, what y'all doing? You look like a girl, but your voice all deep. What you doing with stuff? He'd have asked him that. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
And I wouldn't see anything wrong with that because maybe he's a little confused. And so asking that question, and my guess is they probably wouldn't mind answering his question. But I'm not 100% sure, but that's my guess is that they wouldn't mind answering that question. And
My
then,
grandboy go to Rothenberg. They better not carry. They better not bring none of them down there in no
okay,
Rothenberg.
so
You know what?
wait. So if they've never come and read to your child or to your grandchild, and there's no danger of them coming and reading to your child or your grandchild, why are you so worried about them reading to children?
Because I ain't finna expose him to you. Don't even know
But
nothing
he's
about
not.
that. Why confuse the
No,
baby?
you just said they're not gonna come to your child's school. So why are
Nah,
you
they ain't going
worried
to
about it?
Rothenberg. Can you see some of them motherfuckers going down to Rothenberg? Real talk.
Right. So since it's
Can,
not
can,
gonna happen, why are you so worried about it?
you can't get me upset, bro.
I'm not trying to
Why?
get you upset. I'm just trying to understand.
Huh?
I'm not trying to get you upset. I'm just trying to understand. Like, look. I would have a problem if my granddaughter's school blew up like 5,000 helium balloons and strapped them to her and then let her fly into the sky. I would have a problem if they
That's
did that.
fucked up. That's
But
fucked up.
they're not going to do that. So why would I spend time worrying about something that I know ain't going to happen?
But we was just talking. We were just giving each other a scenario on something we was talking about.
No, but you said you got a problem because you don't want them going to your grandchild's school, but then you
I
admit.
said I would. Yeah,
Right,
I
but
got
you
a problem
admit
with
that
it.
that's
Yeah,
not gonna
you
happen.
said
So why worry
my
about
bad.
it?
Okay, you win.
All right.
All right, man.
All right.
1.
32.
What that 1?
32.
You're gonna stop disrespecting the word 1.
I said 32.
It's 1, bruh.
Wait, I have to repeat the number that you say?
It's respect. It's respect. It's respect.
I didn't know the
One love,
rules. Okay,
one
I'm
nation.
sorry.
I told you that last time.
No. I'm sorry. I didn't know the rules. I didn't know that I was supposed to repeat the number. So
Yeah, you
all
told.
right.
Yeah, it's reciprocal. It's reciprocal. It's
Okay.
respect.
See, I didn't know that. Thank you for teaching me that. I didn't know. I genuinely didn't know. 1.
Wouldn't 1.
1. All right. See, I learned at the end of that call, I learned something. When people shout out their random number, you're supposed to repeat it. I didn't know. Oh, I thought we shouting out random numbers. You say 1, I say 32. We good. We got 33. But all right. Now I know. And knowing is half the battle. All right, I really do have to get out of here. I don't understand all of these unreasonable fears, even though I have 1 or 2 myself. But maybe we can work through. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you, Black Lion. I didn't know. Now I know. When what they tell me, when you know better, you'll do better, and all of that good stuff. The more you know, all of that stuff. So, one. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. As always, be the reason somebody smiles this evening. Till next time, I'm out, y'all.